All right, we're back. Another show, another talk, more opinions and takes. First guest, we got our own training partner, a friend, if you will. Alexander's here today.
Hey.
Brunswick, if you will.
Sosa.
As always, got Peter North.
What's
Haley.
up?
Dave is here. Dave? Yep. Close enough.
There you go.
Hi, Cat.
We got a pretty interesting episode today for y'all. As you know, we got this fights, Tyson and Jones Jr. So
Recently, yeah.
Yeah, Alex, you want to start
Big
us
fights.
off on that?
Yeah, you guys didn't see him. Did you at all?
Oh, the Nate Robinson? Nah.
Did you see the highlights?
Highlights of
I watched the highlights.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't worth it.
It really wasn't.
It's
To pay for that
you
isn't
were like,
isn't. Yeah.
watching the fights. I was like, well, I gotta find some sketchy website or something.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, we went out and saw them. Yeah, something not worth the pay-per-view. Not really big tape. I mean, the Jake Paul and Nate Robinson really shows you
woo, what a zinger!
to stay in your lane.
Yeah.
It's Nate Robinson did
In this case, it's the far right hand lane.
awful. I mean, he trained for 6 weeks. Didn't look like it. Didn't look like he trained at all. Just flailing and jumping in.
He ran out with his hands down and his chin up, and Jake Paul just kept closing his eyes and
He was dribbling. He was dribbling. That's
Yeah.
what he used to. That's why his hands were
Jake
down.
Paul came out like pretend dribbling a basketball, and Nate Robinson, like a retired actual basketball player, just walked out. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to see Jake Paul get.
Good thing I didn't
fucking
watch
smashed.
this.
Yeah.
I just watched.
Sounds
the memes.
interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I just watched
I
the
mean,
memes.
that's the best part of the whole event were the memes that came
Oh
out of
my
it.
god, they're
You know
incredible.
what makes this really bad? Because if you look at his video, he has so many views and likes, and then if you watch like old school boxing and stuff like that on YouTube, it's nothing like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
It's-
and that's like good stuff to watch. You know, it's like.
Yeah.
Nate Robinson? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I'm talking about like actual boxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you compare their video on YouTube, it has like I don't know, I think it has like 4 billion views, and then compared to like boxing videos with actual good fighters, old school fighters, you didn't get paid at all. They
No one gives.
yeah, they have.
Yeah, it's so it's
They have like 100
sport.
fights under their
It's
tape,
sport.
under their belts, and they're like, 20 likes.
Yeah.
right. It's they're clout chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about getting your name out there and getting
Ooh, clout.
Popularity.
Good work. Good work.
Because
Yeah.
Jake Paul's really famous with kids.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
With
teenage
like the
girls.
younger generation.
Teenage
I think it was
girls.
like that.
Disgusting.
That's what's bringing
Yeah.
it in, and he's awful.
R.
He wasn't
Kelly?
good.
Did someone say R.
Neither of
Kelly?
them were good. Jake Paul was obviously much better.
Yeah.
But I think he was
But
much
even
better
after
because he's more
2
athletic.
years of training, he still looked
I mean,
not great.
right.
But if you look, him and his brother are really athletic. Since,
They are.
Since ever.
And they
Yeah.
used to wrestle.
They used to they're actually been training,
They're physically
but
athletic.
I mean they're not. Doesn't mean you're good. And he hasn't fought a single boxer or fighter yet.
Yeah,
And he's
so-
calling out McGregor. He's
McGregor,
calling out Dylan Dennis,
Ben Askren.
Ben
Well, then, did you
Askren.
see Mike Perry was like
Yeah, Mike Perry
had
said he'd
something
fight
where
him.
he said, it was like, oh, seems like a good.
Well,
I'll
Mike
fight
Perry
him.
is just a weird,
It's like,
crazy
all
guy.
right,
He's
all
like, I'll
right,
take that paycheck and beat up Jake
Yeah.
Paul.
Jake Paul says he has better boxing than MMA fighters. Like just his boxing is more technical.
But are you talking about UFC
Better.
1 or
Just
backyard brawls? I don't know. What are we?
just
Right.
fighters but like the fact that he's considered a professional boxer and he hasn't even fought anyone.
boxer?
Yeah.
Right.
And his own
It's-
eyes.
He made what 500 or it was anywhere from 500 to 700,000 from that fight.
Yeah.
Like with pay-per-view and everything like
It's
that.
not even talking about his video.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, because the video got a lot of likes and a lot of views. So it's not even about likes. It's all about views.
Views,
so,
yeah.
So people knew about it,
Jeez.
went to his YouTube channel, which is,
It's just the
Yeah.
persona.
So he made more money than just 500,000. Probably.
Yeah,
plus
which is ridiculous.
Paid promotion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm
sponsors.
sure those other boxers on that card that are actual boxers and
Are
been
fucking
professionals,
pissed.
former champions,
that makes
did make
boxing
that.
looks like garbage.
Right,
Makes it a
Yeah.
joke.
it really does. Like, they're talking about being a dying sport, and that's like that's like the nail in the coffin. It's like, we're just
Yeah.
going to bring in anyone with
Yeah,
a
right.
decent name and
Yeah.
give them let them do whatever they want. As long as they're winning, give me fights, let them pick and choose.
So you bring the crowds. People are watching.
I mean, honestly, bringing back Mike Tyson's kind of a joke, too.
Yeah, that was another publicity.
It was a good fight. It's like, right, it reminds me of Joey Lewis versus Rocky Marciano. You know, it wasn't like horrible, but at the same time, Rocky Marciano beat Joey Lewis. It was kind of like pretty straightforward, but it wasn't like they got super beat or anything like that. And then the whole reason behind it was charity, which that's what kind of make the fight sound like Mike Tyson was there more for, like, doing it for other people, doing it for himself. Which it was cool. I like what they did, but obviously it's not like I won't pay for it.
Right. It's not.
It's charity fight.
Definitely. Well, yeah, their exhibition, which
they looked their age, really.
Right.
Like, you could tell if they were good professional at one point, and they could kick any of our asses, honestly. But you know, they still looked like retired boxers.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Should
not
they continue?
uncles in a backyard barbecue.
Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Yeah, and that Adesanya was a commentator. Snoop Dogg was a commentator. Sugar Ray Leonard was a commentator, and there was another like color like normal.
Yeah. Another one.
Yeah. So you know, maybe Izzy I can understand.
Yeah.
But he's not because of his kickboxing. But whatever. Yeah. That's just another name. Snoop Dogg doesn't make sense. He's just there for the.
It's easy still like. It's like if you would have got Muhammad Ali before he beat George Foreman, you know, it would have made him, you know, if he would have had Muhammad Ali commentating before he beat George Foreman, even though he's really good, doesn't mean that he's like
right.
Yeah,
he's not. He's like why is he up there?
Yeah,
why are they there?
If they want to bring an MMA fighter, they could have brought Randy Couture or
just.
Any really good one. Anderson Silva, like I mean, this. It's like when they bring in. You can make George St. Pierre. You could have brought him. I would rather listen to him.
Well, it's like MMA.
George St. Pierre is not a good commentator.
I know, but you know, like
I mean, neither was Izzy. Izzy wasn't great. Obviously, Sugar Ray Leonard was fine.
Yeah,
it was a good commentator. He knows what he's talking about.
Sugar Ray has commentated before. So
yeah,
he has experience HBO.
It's and then
they could have brought George Foreman commentator, or Teddy Atlas. I mean, they could have brought a bunch of retired
guys about that know.
Who he ripped his ear off.
Evander Holyfield.
Is he alive?
Yeah, you know, they'll get him a special headset.
That's what people are like. Let's see Evander Holyfield box again. He's like, nope, I'm good.
No.
But that's like Mike Tyson almost needed to fight again for himself, like mentally.
Yeah, well, he was 100 pounds heavier this time last year. And I guess on Joe Rogan's podcast, he was like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to be that person again.
Right.
That comes from that. But then over time, when he started working out, he was like, I kind of lost. I need this more. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I did expect more, given his I'm gonna fucking knock his ass out. Better watch out.
I don't know. I saw him really calm during the fight.
Like, yeah,
he was controlled.
He switched.
He was throwing. He was throwing hard, and he was trying to, but it's just he couldn't. The athleticism isn't all there anymore. You know what I mean? And then Roy Jones Jr. would clinch up. So I mean, the smart thing. That was the smart thing to do.
Doing the smart thing.
He's like trying to use his head movement and come back.
I hate what people were saying. Like, oh, George Jones was clinching all the time. I'm like, dude, what were you done? Like,
because Mike Tyson were you gonna run away?
And Roy Jones Jr. started to get tired.
Yeah, what do I have to do? Just take hits?
Tyson,
What? Unless you're more athletic and you have more power than Mike Tyson.
Yeah, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Good.
Yeah, it's. I mean, he fought the smart fight, but he was
survived. Didn't get knocked out. I mean, got hit hard in the body like a bunch of times.
Did you guys see when Mike Tyson's like, yeah, we're going to do this again, and Roy Jones Jr. was like, whew. Our look on his face was like, Jesus.
Well, it's like,
we're going to wait 20 more years.
It's like Mike Tyson doesn't realize how old he is.
Yeah. Well, he was like, how come nobody's worried about my ass? Because everyone was like, are you okay? Like, were you... Like, everyone was really worried about you, like, to Roy Jones Jr. And then Mike Tyson was like, how come nobody's worried about me? I haven't fought 15 years. He should be worried about me, not him. Like, I'm the newbie compared to him.
I think the reason why is because he's been knocked out
Tyson.
more. Roy Jones has been knocked out more than Mike Tyson, so that's why.
When Roy Jones Jr. was like, I know I'm in my mid-50s. Yeah. It's like, I'm not trying
What's
to
the amount of concussions
do something
you can have before you start?
You need doctor clearance.
an idiot.
Yeah.
I don't know what the all
Like
the
where you lose your
stipulations and
mind,
this and that.
But it takes
Depends.
It takes longer because like
Yeah.
every time you get hit like that, your concussion recovery is longer.
Yeah.
So
It's easier to get
it
concussed.
gets easier, and then like Roy Joyce even said in some commentating that he does that it's not even inside fights that happen. It happens more during training and sparring that stuff happening. So like you start doing like smokers and stuff like that, and you get knocked out there, and then you get knocked out in a fight. I mean, that still
adds up.
Yeah, and then you don't want to take recovery during the training camp. So
right, because you're
not taking.
Like, well, I'm not going to recover while I'm training for a fight.
Yeah.
But then, see the whole thing with boxing produces more knockout or more concussions than like MMA, and then MMA because of the gloves, and MMA produces more concussions than bare knuckle boxing.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah,
I could see that.
Because you take more punches.
That's what I was thinking.
That is weird though, because I was thinking more.
You'd think it'd be opposite.
Well, no, because if you're getting hit though, it's the rattle. It's not the
it's not going out.
Yeah, the rattle of your brain is what's and it's like minor concussions because you can have a bunch of little ones, but it's like
overtime
3 to 5 big ones, and you can't.
Right.
But over time, it really.
Yeah, minor ones over time. Like you said, was
Parkinson's.
This is really interesting.
And then you start boxing to treat Parkinson's. Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like a circle of life, if you will.
I was doing a little
of pain, misery.
What were you saying, Brunswick?
During the time that I was my class in college, I was doing a research for concussion. And I found out about what she was mentioning that during time concussions is not even a shake or you're like football is a really good example. If you get hit in a football practice or in a game, most of it's just the shock in your head that makes your brain expand. So yeah, like you were saying before, I think with Ron Joyce Jr. when it happens to him early in the stage, it was just him like training. I mean, the guy used to fight with his hands down. So imagine how many times imagine how many times people actually just hit him.
Right.
So just it doesn't have to be like a big punch as long as you catch him. So
it doesn't take you can get concussed and not even know it.
Well, because it's like brain damage than boxers because of that rattle.
You think that's also because you know how it's like I was thinking no, but you know how it's like you can get knocked out. It's not like necessarily a big punch. It's a punch you don't see coming, right?
Yeah.
So because your body's not prepared for it. So do you think that
brace?
That's why football players, because they're not necessarily, their body's not. I wonder
if they get tackled.
It's your cerebral cortex. If you get hit in a certain spot, it's an automatic lights out switch when that gets rattled from here to here. So a lot of times, fighters, you're not getting that hit. Other than like right here, football players getting tackled from all over.
Yeah. Well, no, I just mean like I don't know. There's less visibility with that helmet on.
Also, how you
feel like how much? If you were to just look at hits people are taking, if you were able to like just focus on hits where they couldn't see it coming. Like how much that affects.
What I think also has
to do
actually. I would think.
Yeah, I think it'd be massive.
What also has to do how you deal with stress, because certain people, when you like scare them or you were to touch them, they either tense up or they just kind of like freeze.
Fighters know how to take a hit. Like you guys know how to fall properly.
Let's say the football players
more to a degree, more than just a tackle. You know.
I guess maybe it's also like not having gear on you. It's like when you throw a punch, most people don't know how to even throw a punch because like they take the gloves off and they break their fingers or something. So it's like, bare knuckle boxing, you have to be more specific. Yeah, that's why they're so fucking huge. So yeah, maybe that's
probably part of it. Just not negligence, but
not as much precision, I guess.
I think it's
just not knowing.
Right.
Yeah. I think also the padding, because if you see rugby has less injuries than football.
Right. I think, and then part of it I do think is that what you're seeing, like that limited
right
vision, like with helmets or with like a headgear for like boxing or whatever, develops more concussions.
Yeah,
because you can't see everything.
Right.
And not only that, you're more prone to get hit because you get
because you're not as worried.
Yeah. So maybe that's a huge part of why they all
maybe bare knuckle boxing figured something out that we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be honest, face damage, all the custom they get. I mean,
it's brutal.
Ridiculous. And then one of the reasons why they wear gloves and people stop fighting with their knuckles is because of the cuts. I mean, you can get blind. Your eyes. You can lose your eyes pretty easily.
You said a Diaz brother? Well, I can't see it.
What do you think having non-padding gloves and your gloves is?
Break your nose and try to blow it, cowboy.
Oh, yeah.
But what do you think?
His eye turned into a coin pouch.
Yeah, and he's just like, just push it back in.
Yeah.
You're like, no. It's like, I'm fine.
That's probably the worst idea that you do. But
isn't called anatomy that says we shouldn't.
All right, I'm no biology teacher, but I'm not sure about that.
We don't tell you how to cave dive. Don't tell us how to push your eye in.
Damn. What are you doing?
But, okay, so when do you guys think a fighter should retire?
Oh, it varies. I mean, obviously, if you're getting just knocked out
in a bar,
well, if you're getting if you're in competition and you're very unsuccessful, like if you're 0-8, you should probably stop.
Yeah.
Probably find something else to do. But also, if you are successful and all of a sudden you're getting knocked out and then beat up and then knocked out and then beat up,
like Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, like it's
Tyron Woodley should retire.
Who?
Tyron Woodley.
He should, because he doesn't have the motivation anymore. He's there for a paycheck, and he's just saying, he's like, I'm ready. It's gonna be the old me. The old you wasn't great either. Like, let's be honest.
You know, I think he was talking to somebody, and he mentioned that this is my thesis when it comes to him. I always thought that he's more like he thinks himself as a superstar, like a movie star, than an actual fighter.
Yeah.
Because I think I saw this on a podcast or something that he was mentioning that, you know, Hollywood, they love fighters to be like the bad guy, the fighter guy in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can see that that's the type of crowd he likes to hang out with.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's all about getting famous and, I was training with Mayweather. I was
hey.
Jim.
Sorry, the cat's being bad.
Damn it, Dave.
Damn it, Dave.
You can lay on that paper and play with this.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Thank you.
I think, and that's the wrong reason to be in the sport.
Yeah, because you're gonna get hurt, man.
Or embarrassed. Like his last, we talked about this before. He hasn't won a round in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and he's really athletic and he knows how to do his stuff. But Teddy Atlas said one time that it doesn't matter how skillful you are, if the guy has more will than you, he's gonna beat you. You know.
Yeah.
Right. It only carries you. That's like his raw talent almost. It only carries you so far.
Same thing with Will. Will only gonna carry you so far in the fight. That's why you need skill. But if you guys both have the same amount of skills, but the guy has more will.
Yeah.
Right. Who wants it more? But then, go ahead.
I was gonna say, with that being said about fighters, what fighters do you think have kind of lost their way, and the fame of it went to their head, or like you were saying, they're not doing it to fight, they're doing it because that's what Hollywood likes, or what was it? They started doing it for one reason, but then it just everything's changed over time. You know, they're not doing it because they want to fight. They're not doing it because they like to fight, or whatever else that they originally got with that.
They do it because to be famous or
money.
Money.
Yeah.
McGregor. I think
that's the obvious one.
Mayweather.
Yeah.
I think Mayweather. He did a great. I mean, he showed how much money you can make as a fighter
without needing to learn to read.
That's an isolated, him, McGregor, guys like that are isolated.
But I was about to make the point that he opened the window and pretty much the route for other fighters to not really challenge themselves as far that they need to in their career or at the right time and just concentrate on making money. So now you see fighters who can make really good fights. Like boxing can be really entertaining, but like recently Lomachenko and Tyson Lopez was a really good fight, but it wasn't gonna get made it unless they both wanted it.
Right.
And Tyson Lopez took it because he was gonna look good. He knew he looked. Lomachenko didn't look that great in that last fight. He was getting older. That's the only reason why he took it. But Lomachenko was trying to get good fights because he doesn't have like a long window. He knows that. So it's kind of like back in 20 or 30 years ago, they were going to fight regardless.
Fight literally anyone at any time.
Yeah, his promoters were going to make him fight him.
Because now it's more picking. Well, if you can, they'll pick and choose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To kind of cater to their skill set or their.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you understand it because you do want to like you don't want to be like, well, I'm awful at this. Let me fight a guy that's really good at it. You want to be good everywhere. Like mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
Realm, like you want to be good everywhere, and you can be a specialist in this and that, but you should want to have to fight, like test yourself against guys that are better than you, maybe at this, but not this.
Well, if you consider yourself the best in the world,
right, you should fight.
Yeah, you should fight the best in the world. You shouldn't be, well, he's number one, but he can wait. Because that's the problem with boxing overall. They have too many belts because it's kind of like, well, like you said, I'd rather have my champion not fight you, so I'm just going to create my own belt.
Didn't Q have an opponent for one of his pro fights that fell through that had 100 and something professional fights that he lost, like, the majority of them? Like, clearly he's not doing it for...
what was that number? It was something ridiculous, where it was like, whoa, can we get a doctor to look at this guy? I'm no doctor, but, like...
he had won, like, not even 15 fights or something like that, but he had 100 and something fights, and we were all like, what?
What typo did this?
Yeah, after a while.
Did the 10-0 guy?
Right. That's a good example too.
Perfect example.
He was 9-0 and fought someone that was 0-2. Man, that's really. I'm going to test myself, but later in my career, it is later in your career. Yeah. Like you shouldn't be fighting. You should also fight undefeated people.
Yeah.
He's just getting gimme fights for his record. Yeah. He knows that. His coaches know that. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, I give props to at least Israel, even though I think he's using for sure. You don't get a guy out of nowhere.
That is true. Almost everyone is.
Yeah, I know.
Or Jones. Like Jones is another one that started off.
He packed. You know how much muscle they said he packed? He packed 12 pounds of muscle in like 8 weeks.
Who?
That's a lot.
Is he?
Shit. What is he in Hollywood?
Jones. Wait. Well, he's juiced the fuck up. Yeah. He's like, I'm like 240 of pure muscle. Okay.
Yeah. That's why he doesn't get the GOAT status, because you have to question everything he's ever done. Is it juiced or is it?
Yeah.
Right. Most of it is.
And then I'll be honest, I wouldn't have a problem if your promotion like Pride, you know that most of the guys you're gonna fight there are gonna be Jews.
Yeah.
At least you can prepare. Like if I was fighting people like that, then I will really handpick and choose who I'm gonna fight. You know.
Well, Pride, Pride was like you should take steroids. Like they encouraged it.
Yeah.
God.
And then, Jones started off like just like every kid was like, I just want to compete. I just want to do good. I just want to fight the best. And I was like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Yeah. I'm John Jones. Like you're a piece of shit now.
Yeah.
It's like
is that white?
And
he's into the donuts.
I think he's a sociopath.
Yeah, I think so as well.
He's a sociopath. Yeah, he's a sociopath. He's definitely changed his personality based on critique. He's the same guy.
And people let him get away with it because he's successful.
Yeah, he's successful.
That's why Jake Paul and Logan Paul can get away with everything that they've gotten away with.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna film this guy committing suicide.
Come to our gym and just get your ass kicked.
But the thing,
you want to cross train maybe?
Yeah.
But another thing with the UFC, they promote themselves as being like a fair game, and then how many fighters they get caught being cheating for a long time, because they shouldn't be affording that type of treatment, therefore we're not testing them. It's like that's not a good reason.
Yeah.
Who did you just fight? That's fucking
Costa?
huge.
Yeah.
And he's
Costa.
like juicy.
He's clearly looks like USADA didn't come to Brazil.
You know, I find out recently that
Was that on tape?
Paul Costa, he didn't look that big before, and I think the reason why Israel doesn't change that much when it comes to physical appearance instead of performance. I think it definitely helps with performance for sure. I think it definitely helps. Whatever he's doing.
Except that one time where
I think it helped. I think he obviously was bigger.
Yeah.
So I think he took something.
Well, that's the thing with the perspective. So everybody who takes whatever they take, it depends what you take and how your body reacts to it.
Right.
I think even if they take the same drugs,
thing.
Paul Costa will still look that big. I promise you, because the way that he builds muscle is different from Israel. Israel will probably never get that big because he can't build that much muscle. I think Paul Costa just can't hide it that well, like Israel does, because his genetics. Like, if he takes something, he's going to look different. Just like Victor Belfort. He was just doing TRT, and he looked like he was doing TRT.
Yeah.
But if it was Israel, like Anderson Silva, he does TRT as well, but he doesn't look like
Yeah.
But his performance definitely changes. Definitely his performance.
Because you retain all that muscle build or stamina or whatever you work to improve, you retain it even when you're off of it. That's why people do it, and they're like, that's why they cycle. It's like, well, I'm going to retain this. I'm not on it now. It's like, but you were. Like, this isn't a natural. You weren't like this before.
It is so. Yeah, what are you going to say?
Nah, it's just because that's like the biggest part of, just especially like a combat sport, like recovery, is if you don't recover, like naturally speaking too, like if you don't recover, that can have an effect, like your leg gets kicked in half. Like, like he just didn't rest his legs enough. So like it just snapped. So it's like...
Which fight?
No, but it's like that's what steroids afford you, is just rapid recovery. That's a huge...
Right, it's massive.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage.
Or Thiago Silva, do you guys remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he was... Well, he was juiced pretty much his whole career. Thiago Silva.
Okay.
I don't remember him.
He was older guy.
The heel hooks?
No, that was Husmer Pajares.
Oh, that guy too, though. Hey, good.
Well, well, just like Andre Galvao, like those guys. But no, Thiago Silva, because that's the guy that gave like goat urine to a urine test.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Okay. Wow.
And then they were like, this isn't like, you failed. He's like, how did I fail? That was clean. And they're like, it's not human. He's like, damn.
They should have fucked with him, but like,
fight that I saw, and he was
shit.
rocked. And all of a sudden, he was fine. And I was like, what the hell just happened? No. Thiago Silva. I know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm thinking about the guy.
He was a light heavyweight. He would like fight like when Vanderlei was in the UFC. Machida, I think, was coming up to become champion. Was on his run.
I'm still thinking about him. I was like,
yeah, I'll pull him up so you can see him.
Pull that up, Jamie. I mean, not Jamie.
You seen that video? Like, pull it up, Jamie. Just press a button. I got it.
Where's my
Jamie? Well, he's looking that up. But what are
looking for?
Like fighters that Colby Covington, and he has like the kind of the act Triple C.
Yeah.
He also has that act of being a douche, but like, when does it go too far? Other than when you're being considered racist.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, Covington, come on, let's tune it down a little, take it down a few notches.
I mean, even Ben Askren kind of put on that.
Yeah,
he did that with us.
This is what peak physical performance looks like.
I can tell right now because he was making so much fun about Masvidal's speech, and I'm like, I don't know.
But this guy.
And he took a knee.
Yeah, I've never seen that guy.
You don't know this guy?
Nah.
You've never seen
that guy's never fought before.
It's like the first time I saw Rafi. I'd never seen him in the UFC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Right, yeah, I didn't either. You telling me he doesn't raise any?
Never seen.
No bells.
Never seen.
No bells ringing.
Never.
More like a kettlebell, but not really a bell.
Well, never mind.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he was.
That's why I was like, what are you
so heavy,
man? You mixing names?
I mean, they're all pretty similar.
Yeah, I know. But that's why I was like, do you?
That's what you need. Bigfoot? No.
This
guy,
Patrick Merritt. Patrick Maron, come on. He's fantastic. Meow.
What was your question again about
the fighters where it's an act, and when does it go too far? Like, when are you kind of just like, all right.
Yeah, there's no Oscar, brother. Come on. Calm down.
Yeah, I think it's like his comments when it comes to Brazil, like talking to other people's countries like that.
Well, Covington is obviously the big one now. Like he went with he's gone too far with it, but it's because they were going to cut him.
Yeah.
So he's like, I need to make more.
Well, yeah.
I need to make something.
I was like, let me just.
Like he was always just as good, but they were like, you're not. No one cares about you. It's like, well, let me change that.
Yeah.
And now he's like,
hello.
Now everyone fucking hates you.
Yeah.
Well, like Triple C.
Wait, the UFC was gonna cut him.
Yeah. That's why I came with the whole.
Yeah, that's when we started talking mad shit. Because no one cared about him.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't a draw at all.
It's so like taking it back a notch. That's like a big thing of.
Okay, I mean,
McGregor was really good at talking shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to that's part of what Ronda Rousey brought her stuff up because she's like, well, I'm going to do this, and then.
Well, Chael Sonnen brought it up.
Oh shit! Chael Sonnen was a big
one.
The
one who actually
he wanted to be the bad guy. Like he was like for every season, like I want to be the bad guy. But McGregor and Ronda were more genuine. Like the way they were, like McGregor's more genuine.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much now because he's like money. He's Mr. Krabs now.
Yeah.
But before, like that was just kind of how he was.
Well, no, that's like a big part of like just shit talking is like how you
promote yourself now.
It absolutely sucks because it's like.
Heck you get.
It's like, all right, well, we don't give a shit about these guys who happen to be excellent fighters, but they don't shit talk, so...
Right, it's, you need... I mean, I understand some kind of persona,
I mean, it's
but...
business, it makes sense, but it sucks.
Kind of... Because you start leaning away from, like, real fight. Like, Frankie Edgar is someone I think gets overlooked.
Yeah. Oh, right, for sure.
Yeah. Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse definitely gets overlooked.
Oh, he was what...
that'll come later. He even changed. Have you seen his fights in the? I think it's one FC or something.
Yeah,
they're great. I think.
Yeah, no, he's
getting better competition than that I was looking at before. Like,
was it? They like it's like or TJ Dillashaw was he was always kind of a douche. But going back to people that changed and like he's like I'm fucking fantastic. It's like dude. What are you, suck your own dick? Like, get your balls out your mouth and stop talking about it. But, like, when he was champion, they're giving him, like, low-ranked guys to fight for belts. Like,
you're talking about Frankie Edgar?
TJ. Like, TJ, he beat Renan Barão, which was, whatever. Renan Barão was good at the time.
Yeah.
And then he fought Joe Soto, who was, like, maybe the top 8, like, 8th ranked. So, not deserving a title shot. And just, beat him up for like 4 rounds. And he fought someone else that like wasn't deserving. It's like they're just fighting. Like it doesn't make sense to match these guys up.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I think he was a favorite in the UFC. That's why they were matching up a little bit. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, speaking of fights that don't make sense, fights that you'd like to see, like just for funsies.
For fun, okay. Superman versus
versus Shazam.
Yeah.
Was it fights that do make sense that you would like to see, but it just have like someone gets overlooked a lot of times for the belt or something like that, where they're like they should totally be the ones going after it, but instead we're gonna give it to this bitch, but like to give it a try. But so those two things, fights you'd want to see that make sense and fights that don't make sense, but are just for funsies.
I want to see CM Punk hop back on the horse, man.
That's another publicity stuff that went terribly
Punk
for
and
UFC.
Logan Paul.
Yeah,
CM Punk and Logan Paul.
I think CM Punk can beat him.
Not in boxing.
Logan Paul.
I want to see Muhammad Ali. In
maybe actually.
Just fucking up Jake Paul.
All right, we're gonna need a couple witches and
what's that?
Maybe a cowhart. Yeah, semen of a newt.
I have to think about what fights that I would like to see that don't make sense. That I would like to see.
Brock Lesnar and Amanda Nunes.
I
don't know. I feel like
Brock Lesnar juiced as much as he wants against John Jones juiced as much as he wants. Let's see what happens.
God, you sound like fucking what's his name? Who's that comedian? Dale Tosh. He's like, here's what I want to see with pro sports. Just let them all juice. Everything's allowed. Just
let's see how far the human body can go.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to see I think it's gonna happen. Is the John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. I would like to see that.
I think
John Jones gonna beat him by takedown in wrestling, but I still like to see if Francis can do something about it. But
I think Jones is going to duck it because he's so much of a threat. Because Ngannou just is.
Yeah,
because he's not super easy to take down. And
he's taller.
Well, I mean, have you seen his legs? They're
big boy.
I think he's bigger than John Jones.
I think so too. But I mean, John has gotten so far. Like, he's obviously the better overall athlete and fighter, as most guys are. Ngannou has decent stand up.
I think Ngannou is like natural. He's like super strong.
Yeah, well, he would shovel sand, like as a kid.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, that's how he's so strong. It's like, Jesus.
Well, that's how he's like
Christ.
farm boys that can do.
Farm boy, fish for that picture.
Oh no!
She went out. No. Here goes the Princess Bride.
Not only that, you can see him when he started fighting and how he looks now. Like, he looks a little bigger, but man, he looks.
Yeah, I think he
looks the same. Like,
it's like he looks. He's a freak. Like Yoel is a freak, human.
Yeah.
It's like, you shouldn't be. You're not. You won that case where they thought you were juicing.
Wait, you're not the Cuban god of thunder or whatever it is.
Henry Cejudo versus Valentina. Anyone?
No, I wouldn't. Henry Cejudo can stay retired. That's
Yeah.
another guy talking about that personality issue.
Oh yeah.
That makes you. That turns people off. His
is just so fake.
Like Colby, obviously people want to see him get beat.
Yeah.
Henry Cejudo, they're like, we don't even want to see you. Like, just stop talking.
Yeah,
that
is
plays
interesting.
into the whole MAGA, and he's like,
he plays
Donald Trump. So there's a lot of people that are liking Colby Covington simply because he's like,
Trump supporter.
Want to suck the president's dick. Or like,
they're like, fucking me too.
I like the military,
MAGA.
all that stuff. He
Right.
does that thing too. It's just he goes that like super conservative route. And then trying to appeal with that crowd, which
there are some guys like Max Holloway is a genuine guy that gets the recognition he deserves.
Yeah.
If not, he deserves more. He's a beast. Beat Volkanovski the second time.
my friend knows him.
Yeah, your friend does know him.
Well, the first time was bullshit. So.
First time was close.
The
second time, there's no way Max lost.
Yeah,
he dropped him twice.
Yeah, Max was on point, but
was like,
Max Holloway's fighting Calvin Kattar, which is a fucking banger of a fight. It had some great, and then Jeff Neal is fighting Wonder Boy. You know who Jeff Neal is? God, fucking great.
I have to see their cards.
I think it's on the December 12th or early.
I don't know who Max Holloway's other opponent is. I don't know.
You don't know who Calvin Kattar is?
No.
God, he's a beast. Calvin Kattar's like a monster. Jeff Neal has been just knocking people out, but he's like he'll go in, knock you fucking stupid, and he's like, all right, thank you very much, and like go back to his day job kind of thing. And then Wonder Boy is a nice guy too. But that's a great fight because stylistically that karate versus his
Jeff Neal.
Okay, I seen him.
Yeah, Jeff Neal's a beast. There's a couple that got me excited.
That's the guy who knocked out Mike Perry.
Yeah,
I want to see
he destroyed Max.
He's fighting
Valentina.
Who?
Zhang
Weili versus Valentina. That's a banger.
I think those girls aren't Jews.
You think so?
I believe so, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think so.
No, she could just climb buildings. It's
I don't
pretty athletic.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't think Weili is because of her culture. Will be like Andrade. I think is juiced the fuck up.
Yeah.
Jessica Andrade.
Well, she looks like a rectangle. I mean, come on. She does.
The girl who body slammed
Andrade.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. It looks like a guy, man.
Yeah, Cyborg.
Like yeah. For sure.
That's a guy.
Yeah. I just
wait. Intergender champion? No, there's a girl.
It's a girl. Fallon Fox?
I'm clean today.
Right, yeah.
Rest of the time, yeah.
That's what you see.
I'm cycled on. off.
Cyborg wants to fight Amanda Nunes again, but like Bellator versus UFC.
Yeah.
It's like,
so you want to lose again? Got it.
Yeah.
She hasn't changed her ways.
No.
Yeah. Sorry for not answering your question. I was thinking about who I can think of right now, but I can't come up with somebody I like to watch that fantasy fights. I think they've done so many of them.
Well, even like those.
Sometimes I just want to see people get beat up. I don't even care.
Well, I mean, I want to see Demetrius Johnson fight Cejudo again and kick his ass.
Yeah. Well,
that's not gonna happen. But
I agree with that one.
But I want that one. I want that one.
He deserves that.
Just had it, and I lost it.
Fighters that are overrated and underrated. We talked about Max Holloway. I feel like he sometimes gets the recognition he deserves, but not as much as people let talk the shit that they talk. Like, we know Max Holloway's name, and some casual fans would know his name, but it's not out there like or like Holly Holmes. I feel like she totally doesn't get the recognition she deserves. She only made $10,000 for her last fight, right?
10G.
And Holly Holmes looked like she works really hard for like
Holly, and she was like what? Just from accolades alone, like multiple time women's boxing champion, won the UFC belt, always a top contender. Everyone's like, yep,
always fighting top.
10 grand. It's like, can I get a little bit more?
No,
12 grand?
Yeah, but no
one's that fair?
Everyone will still think like they'll be like, oh, who beat Ronda Rousey? And they'll have to think about it. Yeah. You know, if they don't already know type thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she definitely is.
She beat her like
underrated. Yeah, it wasn't close.
It wasn't even close. Like it wasn't like, oh, that was a really
most
I saw the memes
fighters
too.
are underrated. Cyborg is a little overrated. But that's because Ronda's overrated. Even
Michelle
now,
Waterson. I don't know.
Michelle Waterson's really good.
I think everybody understood that Ronda was overrated. Like after the wave, after she was gone.
Yeah, everyone really kind of woke up. To it.
I mean, Ronda Rousey really did start a lot and kind of like, since everyone wants to talk about breaking glass ceilings all the time for women's fighters in the MMA world, which is fantastic, but
she popularized it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that just because, you know, you're good and you're the first doesn't mean you're going to be the best.
The best, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She popularized it for sure.
Well, even, like, the guy that was just, like, Calvin Kattar's underrated. Arnold Allen, I think is his name. He's really good. He's coming up. Jeff Neal is a beast. Usman's overrated. He's not that good. He's a super, super strong, like, physically strong guy, good wrestling, and decent boxing.
Yeah,
and that's. I mean, he's got really
good foot stomps. So,
or Masvidal is a little.
He can kill a shit out of a cockroach.
Like there's a lot of
wait, that's
like most heavyweights are overrated. Mm-hmm. Like Stipe, I think deserves a little bit more, and DC deserves what he has. Mm-hmm. All the other heavyweights right now don't deserve anything.
Dude, honestly,
Mighty Mouse deserves way more.
I'm gonna say this, but I think I think he needs to fight more to be like a GOAT status.
A GOAT, yeah.
He's still too young. I think he's like.
I mean, I get why he doesn't.
He's going into that prime phase, like, you know, like. If I'm thinking about greatest of all time, you know, we go into George Foreman, all these guys, or you go into like the UFC Anderson Silva, like he fought until he lost. And you don't want to go to that route. Right. But Chris Weidman was a threat when he was fighting him. Like people were talking about his name. You know,
Weidman.
He was a threat when he was about to fight him.
We've seen those legs.
Yeah, that's
like,
the
he
only
took
time.
a chance. Like he
that's
took a chance for that fight.
Yeah.
You know, because
he's got some good kicks.
He started to slow down because that was, I think, after Chael Sonnen fight that he looked really bad and then he looked really good.
Right.
So people were like, oh, maybe he's not the same. He kind of looked a little flustered in that fight. Yeah, they were both Jews, whatever. But, you know, Chris Weidman beat him. He took the chance. Obviously, he took a rematch. Got even worse beating. So.
Well, the rematch, he was doing better. But that was just a freak thing that happened, like that leg break.
Yeah.
First match or first fight, he just
too cocky.
Yeah. Well, he got beat. Plain and simple. Like you can get away with that for so long, whatever.
Yeah.
But he just got beat. The second fight didn't necessarily get beat.
Yeah.
And it was just a freak thing.
But still, like he took a chance, and everybody still didn't strip him away, saying it was garbage. You know, he lost everything. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Khabib doesn't have to lose. But like, I mean,
right? He has to stay. He has to stay there.
Like George St. Pierre, I mean, he lost, but technically he didn't lose. He beat all these guys back.
He got all his
rematches
back. Like
I was a little.
I just can't put him above GSP. And then after GSP, he retired. He came back and beat Michael Bisping, dude. That was a hard fight for him. Like he knew
could beat.
Well, yeah, but
like it wasn't easy, but he knew he could beat Michael Bisping.
But he was getting it was a fight for him.
Did he say? I want to say he said Bisping was his hardest opponent though.
After,
he might have.
Yeah.
Because he just kept taking
what
stuff.
Rumor? Well, I don't know where. I think I saw it on Chael Sonnen's podcast or whatever. Yeah. I think, but he would hear things that GSP would train with Michael Bisping.
Yeah.
And GSP would just dominate.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. When GSP was like, I'll fight him. He's like, it's not that. Wasn't that as amazing as everyone's like, what? Like, he was coming out of retirement fighting the champion. It's like, he knew.
He's trained with,
Yeah, he knew he could beat him.
Right.
It wasn't like, he's a good guy. I want to test myself. But, it was a test, but like, he's not going to fight at middleweight again. But he's not going to fight, if he's kept the belt, he's not going to fight Romero or, Izzy or all those guys. He's like, nope, I'm good. Like, that was smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But still, good. I mean, and he did more than enough,
right?
To justify. I'm
not taking anything away. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Right. He did. I think he just kind of like earned it before, and then he kind of like made a good foot stomp afterwards. Like, like my legacy, won 2 belts. Yeah, I beat this guy before, but he's still taking a chance coming back to retirement. Even though he kept training, it wasn't like he wasn't just slowing down. Get some weight. He said that he had troubles gaining the weight, so it just. Like I said,
I think mock 55 cut.
Yeah,
did you see that?
Jeez,
what was that?
GSP did like a mock 155 weight cut just to see if he could. Yeah. And he's like, "Well, I did it." It's like, congratulations. How's your body feel? Like awful right now.
Yeah. You don't need to do that. Live a good life.
Yeah, you probably just want to feel young a little bit, but just. Like I think he just needs like a little more.
Well, that's what everyone wants to throw Conor in with the GOAT. Is like he's a great athlete, but you can't just
accomplish a lot,
right?
Making the
he won the belts, but he never defended them, and that's a big part. Of GOAT. Like Aldo doesn't get the recognition anymore. He's still a beast. Yeah, and he was the first
fucking ref. God, man, he
was the first UFC champion, featherweight champion for how long? Until Conor.
Yeah.
He destroyed people.
Oh, okay. I want to see another fight between those two.
Conor and Aldo.
That would be another one because I just felt like that was he got in his head before that fight. Big time. That was.
I think Aldo too many concussions.
I think now.
Okay. Let's rewind time and then let's have.
Because Max Holloway beat him
up.
Aldo
how he was, and then
I just feel like that would have
Max
been
Holloway beat him like Peter
Yan. Tyson in his prime, and then we're gonna take John Jones.
Just watch Peter. I think Peter Yan can knock out Conor McGregor.
Peter Yan is good, man.
He can knock him out. He has the patience.
That's why he let Aldo tire himself out and didn't get hurt or anything.
I never seen Peter Yan go rush to any fight. I mean, he fights. He doesn't.
And he's aware. Like it's not just
if I had one bad thing to say,
I'm just defending until something like he's like, all right, I'm seeing what's like the Faber fight where he was like smiling at him.
It's like fighting Jesus. a kid. He was fighting a kid, dude. Like that's how
it was a different level.
It looked like he was fighting a cocky kid who just came to the gym. You know, he was like, I'll let you spar. And the next thing you know, it's like, I got knocked out.
Jay.
I can hang with Alex. Okay, kid.
Oh, Jay.
That's what Q said something to me today about it. He was like, "Who's that kid?" And I was like, "I don't even know, man." And then Q was like, "Yeah, he came to me and was like, we should let's spar a couple rounds." And I was like, "I don't know about that. It's kind of." And then he there was one of those that he taught. Q taught the class.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't know about that." And he was like, "Yeah, come on."
I can hang out with Alex.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Yeah, we spar different." He's like, "I can hang with Alex." He's like, "I don't know about that." He's like, "It's kind of disrespectful because in this sense, like I'm teaching you, so don't be coming after me."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You're nice," and we'll like move around and everything. He's like, "I'm not nice. I'll like try to. I'll drop you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I should be less nice to people.
I got put in my place by Rolf one time, but it wasn't like I was trying to do that. Like I was just like we had uneven numbers in class. I was like, Rolf, I mean, you want to go? Because it was like one of my first classes I had done there, And we used to talk mad shit with our wrestling coach. Like, he like encouraged us to.
Yeah.
So I was just already used to that. And so I was like, yeah, Ralph, come on, let's go. So he puts on these old blue gloves. They're not there anymore, but like one of the Velcro didn't work on one of the gloves, so it kept coming down. And it was just like he just kicked my ass with punches, and it was just like, God.
Yeah, no. And Ralph only has one speed.
And then
I didn't know that was
and so he cut up my. Well, I mean, I could see how it was, even the way I said it.
Well, that's what, because, so I know, like jiu-jitsu wise, like lower belts shouldn't be the ones and be like, hey, to higher belts, like white belts shouldn't go up to purple belts and be like, come on, you and me, let's go, like let's roll. Like that's kind of a disrespectful thing.
Just be like, hey, you want to roll?
It's kind of
I didn't know that.
Or like going to the teacher.
Really train and like this person can show me.
I think it's just the way you word it, because obviously, well, that's just my personality. It's how I talk. Right. So it's like, let's go, Ralph.
Like
instead of show me.
Fuckhead. Like I'm gonna. Yeah, that pissed me off. But he would just like pull me aside afterwards, and he was like, "Nah, you can't really." It's alright. It's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know."
Cool.
Yeah.
For my understanding was like higher belts, like you can ask a blue belt or a purple belt to roll with you, but they can say no, but you can't say no when they ask you to roll with them. That's my understanding.
We roll with me? No.
No.
I can understand that.
Yeah, but flea.
If a purple belt is like, hey, can you roll with me? You have to be like, yeah, sure, you know. Yeah, unless you like injure or something, but it's disrespectful. You've done.
Sorry, I gotta go stretch.
It's just like little things like that. But yeah, I know like the teacher things, like you shouldn't be calling out your teacher.
Yeah, I get that.
Like a teacher saying, yeah, you shouldn't. It's like
retrospect. Yeah, that was bad.
It's like respect.
I understood what.
Like the first time I went to Nogi, I like kind of like rolled with Rolf, where it was like flow roll, and he was like showing me stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that was bad because he like encouraged it. So the second time I went, he was like, no, and I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just wanted you to show me things.
I'm sorry, Rob.
I'm sorry.
But you know,
just call me Riley.
During that conversation with Q, because he wanted to spar so bad, I'm like, just ask Q if he wants to, because I mean, sometimes
got it. You set him up.
Yeah, because
you bastard.
And here's my defense.
Now we get to the bottom of it.
Sometimes Q does like to do extra work. So I'm like, ask Q. If Q wants to do it, he'll tell you yes.
Wait, it was his fault. He worded it wrong. You did it.
But it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you were there. Yeah.
No,
I don't remember, but
back.
And I told him, well,
because he can.
You want to fight
because
with
Q
me?
sees it more as like a call out, like, and then because we were talking about today, like these guys, these like newer guys that are like going with me or Q or you guys or whatever, like they don't realize most of the time we're not really trying, like at all. Like we'll move around, move around, or like we're not trying. They think they're doing like man, I'm really like this guy's pretty experienced and I'm doing really good. It's like.
Well, because also
I
we're
wouldn't
like working
think that
stuff
if
we
I were
never
you.
work. Like we
right. You know who went really hard today?
I'm terrible at this. So I'm just gonna work this.
I know this has nothing to do with the top, but you know who went really hard today? He was wrong with you.
Was it Jason?
Yes.
Oh, he went hard as shit. Like when I went on with him, I was. Well, it was actually kind of nice because I was literally. I didn't use muscle at all. Yeah. Like I just tried that. Like he was like.
You're practicing more like hooks.
Right, like let me just see if I can get out of this if someone's overpowering me and I'm literally just using no muscle and technique. And so it was it was interesting.
He took my back so quick.
Like even when they trap your arm and stuff, I'm like, well, let me rip this out. Let me try and see if I can utilize everything.
He took my back so fast because he's really strong. He took my back so fast, dude. And he tried to choke me, but he just didn't know how to like. Because I was just trying to escape, he just didn't know how to lock it. So I let people take my back a lot of times. So I get used to trying to choke me now. So I'm not getting like super exposed. But he got so tired.
Yeah,
like his arms were so worn out.
Yeah, that's also
that I tapped him afterwards. I'm like, dude, you're kind of overdoing it.
Yeah,
you know, like
also like do you guys know Josh? I think he's a white belt, bigger guy.
The guy who started rolling with you.
You're talking about Big Jason, not Tattoo Jason.
Ponytail, same hair as you.
Oh, that's Matt. That's not Jason.
Matt. Oh, Big Matt. Yeah,
Big Matt.
He goes hard. I think it's real tough.
Oh, I thought you were talking
that's exactly what I told him.
Which that's because I'll roll with him sometimes. He'll get tired. I'm like, just keep working. Like I'm not. gonna be an asshole.
Right.
Like, just keep trying to work something. Like, as soon as you stop, like, we'll just.
Yeah, that's exactly because he got so tired.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, you're going like too hard, man. Like he was trying to like crank my neck. Like he was just doing like head cranks instead of like a choke. And I'm like, if you would have got the choke, I would have tapped. But you was just doing head cranks. And I'm like,
so whenever I roll with him, I just go like exactly what I was saying. Yeah. Like just don't.
Yeah, I'll just like.
Usually I go forward because guys who are heavier and taller than me, I don't like them being on top. So I'd rather be on top first. But I was like, work. And
that's like Josh. He's a bigger, like he's super strong guy. Yeah. But like his pressure's good, so I'll let him take side and I'll roll the wrong way to see if they're gonna try to take my back. And if they do, I'll try to work out because he was doing it and
work out, eh?
I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah.
But
mighty biceps.
Sweet peaks of the Himalayas.
But that's what, because I was just I kept giving him my back, and he'd get one hook, then I'd get back in his side, and then I'd let him do it again, and he was just slow, like you can hear it. It's like, well, now it's not as fun.
There's also white belts that come in normally like guys, but where
whoa! There's a couple of girls that are feisty. Nah.
Well, no, not. I mean, I haven't met like girls come in that's
sexist podcast.
Well, I know when I was doing it, I would use like a lot of like all my strength and surprise people, but it was mostly like guys that would do that. Whereas this one, like that redheaded kid, can't remember his name, but it was over last summer, and
was he a demon?
He had no soul, he was ginger. But
no wonder.
Remember, he was the one that told me his name, and you were like, he didn't tell me his name, and I was like, oh, I introduced myself, that's why.
Oh yeah, I know.
But he would like use all his strength, and then it was like you had to use all yours just to like kind of like if you don't know much, like to go with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, dude! Like Bucky was that way.
Bucky's toned it down a lot.
Yeah, he has.
Well, I know
like
he like pissed off Ann real bad because he would like use all his strength and.
So
for some reason, dude, I never find it. I don't know why Bucky never likes to roll with me. He always avoids me.
Are you sure? Maybe
ladies and gentlemen, we have our first call out.
No. We all call that Jake Paul.
We'll call it Jake Paul.
Yeah, I think
so. He's really friendly with me because like he goes to like the same he goes to college Charleston. He's like, yeah, if you need anything, he talks to me all the time.
Yeah,
but never in the match. No. I can never get him to roll with me. I'm like, hey, do you want to roll? He's like, no, I'm taking a break.
Well, I think that's also like I've
noticed a lot of
someone
right after.
Yeah, I know.
I've noticed a lot of like
that's like exactly what he does.
Newer guys who are like have been there for at least a year or two. Like because think about it, we've had a shift as far as like our gym, the style of teaching is kind of it's a little different. It's a
little more relaxed.
So, I like it more.
So I feel like that's affected.
Telling you, they're not yelling at you to do something, and they're telling your partner to defend it, and you're like,
"Whose side are you on?"
I don't mind the yelling and being a little more stern. It's just like when Matt was saying that we kept changing our schedule. Like every day was a different submission. I'm like, I'm not even learning sometimes. Yeah. Like if it wasn't because I was drilling by myself, I would have
just stick to the week, like have it.
Right.
But
it's just a change and.
I think that's a lot better. It's like we're doing Spider Guard this week, like different things, but all from Spider Guard or getting the Spider. Like that's much better.
Yeah, and then working takedowns. I work more takedowns now than I used to work there.
So. Or just slow it down. So I feel like that's a lot of people have just that used to go hard. I mean, they're still like Matt. I mean, she's just always like that. It goes real hard.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think those guys kind of learned that doesn't work.
Right. Well, I think because he also used like a huge bodybuilder.
Right.
So I think he's just used to the...
He's not a bodybuilder.
Matt was.
He used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he was a powerlifter.
Yeah. Or powerlifter.
One of those.
Whatever. Sue me.
I talked to him about it, so I'm pretty sure he's a powerlifter. Gotcha.
Well, I just feel like, because that's explosive. Yeah. 100%.
He is, like, he's a really good powerlifter.
So, I mean, it's hard to cut that off.
Yeah.
Habitual.
Yeah.
He always looks really nice. It's like I think because I think it has to do with because he's really nice afterwards. I think
the guy's a dick. What? We're talking about the same guy.
It's like I think he has like that. It's not like he's not like Ben. Ben is like crazy, but he has like.
We'll edit that out, Ben. Sorry.
You know what I'm talking about? Like that niceness that you always nice with everybody. But once you're like too nice for your own good.
You know, you don't have like,
dude, that's like,
hey, I don't want to talk to you. You know, he doesn't have that. He's like, yeah, whatever you want to listen to everything.
I was like, dude, I hate me. Get on, like, you shouldn't say yes. Don't do that.
You know, like,
don't do that.
Like, you could keep talking, be like, yeah, P, yeah, sure, instead of like, P, can you shut up?
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he just has that niceness that I think is like,
should work at Disney.
You know, like. Too nice for their own good that when they get mad they kind of just don't know how to control it. When they just create aggression, you know, just go really out. So sorry, hey, you don't have to delete the questions. You can keep
them. No, these are questions we already to keep in line. So since we're talking about like your favorite stuff in jiu-jitsu, like let's kind of switch over to more just the MMA side. What would be your favorite and least favorite drills and exercises that go with?
Least favorite is getting punched in the face.
I have plenty of them.
I hate that head conditioning days. They're terrible.
I love, the tag game to warm up.
Oh, that one's great. Yeah, shoulder tag.
That was like what really, like when I was training before like surgery and then the whole.
We used to do body shots,
baby
but
thing.
then it just became
You want to do body shops tomorrow?
Oh, sorry, no. But that is something that I noticed like helped me a lot with my movement and being able to.
This kid is gonna be so tough. It's gonna be ridiculous.
What do you mean she's dead? How much she was so tough?
Good my baby, stop.
Well, he's gotta come up with some sex packs.
Yeah.
God.
She's gonna be shredded.
But I know that really helped me with seeing everything and slowing it down. Enough to where it wasn't like with live I'd panic. That'd be more, and then I could incorporate that with more of our drills and stuff. Yeah. So like for like what would be a good exercise? Like your warm ups, like I hate jump rope. You know, fuck jump rope. I hate running.
Yeah, running sucks.
Running's bullshit. I think what a stupid concept.
The ones that I hate, it's like I call them like military kids exercises. It's like doing these.
Arms.
Like doing
it's like ballistic.
Let's do 20 triangles. Bro. Let's do 10 shrimps. It's not a setting on the TV. I never find it fun. It's like just. Dude, I don't mind drilling on my own, but I hate doing like group exercises.
It's just to warm up.
Well,
like that's their warm up.
Drilling is better than getting drilled.
Like, I'll be honest, I'm better off warming up on myself. Like I get a better warm up on myself, and I'm like I know when I get warm up, you know, okay, you know, I don't need a group, and I know it's obviously we're doing a class, but I don't like group warm ups. I don't like the 10 seconds, and then the guy. For him, 10 seconds is like 1.
Oh, yeah, and you're just like switch.
Dude, you see it many times. I'm switching my legs. I'm stretching myself because I'm like, dude, I'm not switching for another 30 seconds. Like, if you ever have Rob
I see what you mean.
Do a warm-up section, it's like 40 minutes long. I'm like, dude, I don't stretch for
And now we're going to up Krav Maga.
I'm like, I do like 10 minutes per stretch. Yeah. Like, I'm stretched.
Wait, I'll stretch, then like, if we do the same thing, I'm like, well... Ow! I'll act like I just kicked the shit out of the table.
Yeah.
I'll just like chill with them. And I'm like, well, I'm not stretching anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do my stretch.
Y'all see the fight?
Like, what? Hey, he likes to talk through his stretching.
I don't shut the fuck up. So why would I shut up then stretching?
But yeah, I hate these.
Arm circles.
I hate these arm circles. I hate the wide ones too.
Oh, hold up. We're going backwards now.
Let's do 20 forward and 50 backwards.
Let's do cockroach. Like, dude, you remember? Oh man, this is the
bear crawls.
The Rob exercises after that Tuesday class were exactly how we did in boot camp. No shit. Like, nice.
Lots of up and down strokes.
Dude, it was legit boot camp style. I was like, dude, I don't know. They remind me of boot camp every time I did. I'm like, dude, I'm not having fun.
Fuck this.
Dude, it was legit the same thing. I'm like, dude,
I hate jiu-jitsu and we're not even doing it.
What would be your favorite things to drill? Like, do you like drilling takedowns?
Well, I like girls, so.
Well,
no, so.
Talking about girls. Talking about girls.
Damn it, I'm not getting laid. All right.
I like
Pamela Henderson.
I can talk about it, but it's not a realistic.
I like drilling. I like chaining things.
Drilling chains.
Like, well, because you know when you're drilling, it's just like takedown.
Triangle, arm bar.
Yeah, well, it's like triangle or armbar to triangle to whatever, to a sweep. Because sometimes, like, I know how to do a triangle.
Yeah.
It's not really help. It's good, always good to drill, but it's not really helping me, and I'm not really going to put, but it's like setting up other things. I think really helps me.
So just like double leg, single leg, high crotch.
Like I enjoy
flowing.
Flow rolling is the best for like exercise. It actually gets me to warm up more than like doing squats by myself. Let's do 20 squats.
Flowing for anything, like even stand up, or wrestling or whatever. Like if you're just going, like you're not, there's some resistance, but you're not like, neither of you should be like gasping for air.
Yeah.
And then, but you can see things and work on things. So it's like, I'm going to work on this because I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
If we're doing it live, I'm obviously not going to come close.
Yeah.
But when we're more flowing or drilling, it's like, now I can kind of figure it out. I like those.
Like water, you could say.
Like water. Softest substance in the world. I mean.
What about for cardio? If I were to do like an exercise for cardio that I enjoy, is sparring.
Sparring, I think, is the most
for cardio
effective.
For cardio, because for cardio is usually like I start thinking too much
sport
about it.
Specific.
Yeah, and for cardio, usually like once I do it, I can start really well, but once I start getting tired, I start thinking about it. And then in MMA, like you start sparring, even though you're tired, like those Fridays, even though you're tired, you still got to do it.
Yeah,
because you gotta get punched in the face. You gotta move. You still gotta move. That's why I enjoy doing that cardio, because when you do cardio by yourself,
you get bored.
And then you slack off, and you don't notice. But when you have somebody like forcing you to like, you gotta move.
It's like a threat.
Or like when you run, like let's say we run a mile, and then I'm telling you, Pete, I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
Now you have the encouragement of trying to run faster than I do.
Well, I mean, like what you're saying,
friendly
it's
competition.
Even different from that, because even when you have that friendly competition,
you're
not getting like, ooh, you're not going to get fucked up if you don't move. Even like light punches, it's like, well, this isn't fun if you don't
100
move.
punches to the face still sucks.
Yeah, so I think having that like real life, you're saying that real danger aspect, if you will.
That's the thing about just
smart. I mean, it's good. I like when we turn up sometimes, like not all the time. To 11, but it goes to 11.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen that.
When I'm not feeling to turn it up, I never do. If I don't feel it, I'm not, because I know if I don't feel it, I'm just not gonna enjoy it. Just like I'm just doing.
Well, that's what. And then like I don't want to go if I see like you guys. Or some like whoever I'm going with is getting real tired. I want to be like, all right, now I'm not tired, so I'm going to turn it up and really beat them up. Like that doesn't help me or them, obviously. So I don't like doing that. Or if I catch myself like really throwing a lot, and there's like, I'm like, I'll like slow down and let them get off first.
That's not the purpose,
Right? It's not a fight.
Yeah, it's not winning the fight.
Training.
Yeah, but now because once you win in a fight, you know what to look for.
Yeah, right.
Which is good,
Which is good.
Yeah, but if you fake it too much, like that dude in that UFC fight, he faked it. Stop the fight! No, I was faking it. In the next fight, same fight.
He wasn't faking it.
Do I throw it in yet?
I don't know why they were like, what? It's like,
I think we were watching that fight because that was that KB fight. They had him on that card.
Oh yeah,
he got knocked out so bad. I was like, damn.
Wait,
it looked like they didn't even train.
Fight. That was
Iron Coat.
As the guy that faked them getting rocked.
Well, he got rocked, and then he said he was doing it on purpose to like draw him in so he could hit him, but he wasn't doing it on purpose. And then the ref called it. He was like, what? That's what I was doing. He was like, dude, you're out on your feet. He
was losing the fight regardless. Okay. Like if he was faking it, you were losing the fight regardless. Like, you were getting beat up.
And then that fight is the one that kept having to reschedule.
Yeah.
And when they finally had it, he got knocked out.
Dude, the other dude was so mad. Like the guy who knocked him out, he was so mad. Like you can tell he's like, this motherfucker was telling me, like, he looked like he was like, I'm gonna fucking end this shit.
This
day, like, no more controversy about this personally. Fight. Like after tomorrow, I don't even want to know about it. Like, yeah, it happened. I beat him the first fight. Just talk about the first fight.
It wasn't even.
They even mentioned the second one. The second one was just like they could have done it in the street corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was crazy.
It was good, I was gonna say another exercise I like is a speed bag. Anything that's like speed bag related.
I like the double end bag.
I am terrible at the speed bag.
I'm pretty bad at speed bag. Double end is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just like I like bag drills just in general. Like the
I don't like the ones
circuit,
in the gym for body. I don't like those. They're too narrow. My thing. They're just like.
The kickboxing bag.
What if you fight Gumby?
Yeah, for like punching. Like I mean, because I used to have one in our boat. I know it's not even a boxing place, but they put like a 100-pound one for boxing
in your basement. Yeah, I know we got.
Yeah, it's like a small club. But a lot of guys who went there, they used to box. And it just felt better because it was bigger and wider, so you can get like around.
What are those ones you see in like?
And you can hit it harder too, because these ones like you can hit it harder. It doesn't condition your knuckles. Like when you hit like a 100-pound one, it just makes you like create like more power because you gotta go to get into because you're gonna hurt. You know, I don't know if you ever hit a 100-pound one, but it's just a little more different.
I have one of them.
You do?
Yeah.
You fucking bullshitter?
No, I do. Yeah.
So
it's a tall one that
I have a 100-pound bag at my parents because I have nowhere to hang it up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it feels different from the ones
that to hang it up at the next place.
I didn't have anywhere to hang it up. Yeah. Probably not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's too big. They're
Tommy.
Well, it's like there's literally nothing to hang it on to.
You can bring it to the gym.
Wait, we're talking about people
There's
or
bags there.
bags?
I'm not going to bring I'm not going to bring my personal punching bag.
The reason why is like I'd rather have a 100-pound bag to just hit the bag than like the slimmer ones. The slimmer ones are good for the kick. I like kicking on those, but if I'm working a bag and stuff like that, I'd rather have I like moving around it and hitting it and feel like I gotta work hard to hit it. You know.
Yeah, and I see.
If you hit those small ones, you kind of like. Just hit it hard.
You'll move it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well.
Like the 100-pound bag, you really got to hit it. So.
Yeah.
What are your guys' favorite, of course, it's like favorite and least favorite moments?
Damn, I thought you were going to say candy. Fuck. Podcast is late.
Different one. No,
give me those no sayers.
Well, because Alexander, I don't know if you've ever like had like matches or fights or anything with jiu-jitsu like that, but or tournaments. But what are your favorite moments with like your actual fights and then with training? Your least favorite and favorite with fights and then training, because there's like, you know, like with training, you said you hate the group warm up, but switching over to
classes,
but like to fight, you know, I hate getting punched. Pete hates getting punched in the face.
No, I don't. I love it.
It's my favorite.
Take that back.
Is that Rocky over there?
Yeah. You told me that you hate the walkout where they do the.
Oh God, I hate it so much. I hate the introduction.
People rubbing things in your face.
I hate the introduction. I just want to get to it. Like I hate like I have to walk out. He has to walk out.
Yeah.
We have to wait in the thing. We have to go touch gloves. They have to say all my shit. They have to say, like, I hate it. Like, let's just get fucking going. Like, I don't mind, like, the doctor putting Vaseline and whatnot and being like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Saying what's up to your team. And, like, let's fucking get it going.
Yeah.
Like,
it bothers me so much.
But, like, what
will be your song's lit?
Will be your favorite?
Are you mad? I'm always mad.
Well, then I don't like the start of competition. I don't like waiting. Plus, it's more anxiety thing is the waiting. But and I don't like the start, like even like jiu-jitsu or whatever. Like I don't like the start, like the first 30 seconds. I don't like, cause I don't know. So I need to get past like my nerves or get past like what I'm thinking and just start going. And then once it hits like that first minute of like a fight or jiu-jitsu or whatever, like live, then I'm like having fun. I'm like, all right, now I'm moving around.
Yeah,
that like because it becomes fun. Or unless you're
it builds up the fucking it builds up the tension for everyone in the crowd, but then. They're not us, so it's like, fuck me. This is like, do it this. And then, you start moving. It's like, okay, this is better.
What would be your favorite moment with the fights you've had? Or competition, jiu-jitsu competition, stuff like that.
Oh, jeez. Well.
Winning's always good. Losing always
haven't
sucks.
had one of those yet. Next one. The win would be good. let's see. I mean, shit. As far as we'll have to edit this time.
Dead air.
Dead air. Edit that out. All right.
That's what he's thinking about.
Shit. I mean.
No real moments, just bad.
No, dude.
How do you do this? I don't fucking know.
Well, do you like because I like having a fight, like having something set to then it's like, all right, now we're actually training for this.
When you're talking to people and they're like, so what do you do? It's like, especially with my parents, they like because they support the whole thing, but they don't understand it, so they're constantly like questioning. So you sure, like. Maybe you should do this or whatever, but they, still support it. It's just like, so it's like, especially, when I have like something to look forward to, it's like, this is the date, Mom. Check it out.
Bootsy.
Yeah, Bootsy.
Shout out to Bootsy.
Shout out to Bootsy. But yeah, I mean, it's nice having something. Well, it's like with any goals, like you have something.
It's kind of like in sight.
Yeah. Right,
almost.
And you can really buckle down.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just that whole like, it's time to prepare.
Looks like
exciting.
He likes the fight itself. He likes the adrenaline. He likes the crowd. Yeah. He likes beating people up. Like
what a
psychopath. That's the only thing.
Would have loved to have him here to say that, but.
See, that's what I could care less about crowds and all of that.
Yeah.
And I think, just fine if you like it or don't like it, but Q definitely wants a crowd.
Yeah.
Does a crowd pump you up or make you more nervous? Like if your family's there, there's a bigger crowd, a smaller crowd, or do you just tune out? You're like, I don't give a fuck about any of this.
Well, I'll tune it out, but it's also like I would prefer to have just people like my gym. People there, family, or their gym, or what, like.
Well, because people are like, "Let me come see your fight." It's like, well,
people would just be like,
I don't, because at least when I did my jiu-jitsu tournament and I went there, I never listened to anybody. I'll be honest. But when I was there, I was just me. I think
were you just tuning it out, or just?
Well, be a little more specific. I wasn't listening to Nor. I was just like concentrated on what I was doing, and then when I have control at the situation, then I listen. It wasn't like, you should do that now. Like, I just hear noises, and then once I had control and I started thinking, whoa, what I should do, then I kind of like, Rafi told me, hey, do this, or try to do that, like, move, stuff like that, get the side control, blah, blah, and I got my extra points.
Motherfucker, what are you doing?
Like, everything that I did, that was just one tournament. Everything that I did was a follow-up from, like, a directive. Get them out so you can get, like Rafi said, like, get them out. I got them out. Do the transition. I did the transition. Like, even though you guys can't hear Rafi, but Rafi in the video, like, when I did this jiu-jitsu tournament. And I've done that because I competed at football as well. Like, when I'm there, I'm not listening to anything unless the directors that I need to listen to. I've never been like you said, like a big crowd person. I never needed a crowd person.
Yeah, see, I don't need.
I like my
GPS I can do everything, If fighting can be just like a small cage, and I go there, compete, you get your amateur fight. Yeah. Like, I don't pay enough. No, just.
I wonder if that's affected.
Well, see, that's why I like the no crowd.
Yeah.
Now UFC or whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I wonder how much that's affected if you were to interview a bunch of fighters about that. Like,
the thing is, the gate. Back in the day, there was no online, so usually like people showing up in the gate meant more than TV pricing, all that stuff. And now that people have more online access with TV and cell phones, it's just kind of like you make more money out online than when you make it in the gate. Yeah. Usually the gate money is not even goes to the fighter. It goes to like
it goes to promoters or whoever.
Just bullshit.
Is that Dana White?
But understandable because other fighters do fight there. And even if I was the main event, I would probably give all my money from the gate to the other fighters and then just keep the money from the TV, which a lot more. But it is.
What are your proudest moments, like with accomplishments with fighting? I know, Pete, you had your first 2 fights. I'm sure that was a pretty big milestone for you. Like,
I think that.
Well, no, I mean, just getting in there.
Yeah, a lot of people will talk.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want to do it? I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, like, there's accomplishments with like fighting and training are different. Because like just getting in the cages, like an actual fight is it's its own thing. But like with training, you could be like you couldn't get something, you couldn't get it for fucking forever, and then all of a sudden you're like landing it. You're you're getting that takedown. Like what are your guys' proudest moments milestones really?
Well, I think it's
when you take it first.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. All right.
We'll go around a circle like we're computer.
Clockwise.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your fucking hand.
One each.
We'll talk or we light you on fire. Damn it.
Send Dave after you.
Okay.
We'll
so I think that it's like as lame as it sounds. I think with like jiu-jitsu, like a big accomplishment was just when you start just even just landing any submission. Because I feel like I was just, but like not just like land one, but be able to like chain stuff together. So it's not like technique, step one. Not like that. Like you just kind of like anything.
Like you see it and you can set it up more.
Yeah, not just necessarily that one time, but it's actually a reoccurring thing. Where
it wasn't
like,
just because you drilled it that day.
When it's all of a sudden like, well, that's nice too. Like you drilled something that day, and then you kind of just pull it off. You're like, okay, good. Now it's in my head. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Especially if it's like the other person, they know it's coming now too, and you were still able to land it.
We learned the defense for this. And you couldn't get it. Stupid.
Bitch. All right, so training for fun. No egos here.
Egos?
But yeah, just like egos. So the just simple stuff like that.
Just
like
jujitsu.
Yeah. Just
or what would be a big milestone with fighting?
With fighting, I mean, it was just like getting that first fight was obviously a huge one. Yeah. Good or bad, it was a huge milestone. And then, I think when I get up to the pro level, then that would be a huge milestone too. But I think even just like each fight, just like notching the belt, if you will, it's kind of nice. So.
Yeah, like Matt was saying, I mean,
it's the little things, guys.
Only 5% of the people who go to that gym train MMA. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah,
I mean,
Jamichael's gonna be add an extra percent hopefully soon.
He said doing this summer.
Jamichael.
Michael wants to do it because he already he said.
Well, that's what like guys that keep saying that. I mean, no, like, because and a lot going back to like when like we're not trying, like because we're going with newer guys, but like what's his dick Jay or like other guys.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're like, I want to fight too, blah blah blah, and I'm like, cool, because like in a little bit of a weird way, it's like I was there at one point, so I kind of want to help, but at the same time,
actually, I'm the same. Like I'll
prove
just
me you want to fight,
right? Prove like they don't
that.
really want to because they're not applying things that they've learned, and they're not like you can see where the effort comes in where it doesn't.
But you did the same thing when I showed up. You were the first one I met before Peter and Q. The first one I heard was Q. It's like because Matt kept saying it because I was like, because I told Matt, I want to learn how to fight. He's like, well, talk to Q, but I never saw Q, and then I saw you, and then you told me the same thing. You told me, cool, and then you told me what you did. And that was it. You kind of like expected me to.
The lights were off, weren't they?
Yeah. Show initiative. It wasn't like, I'll show you the ropes. Hey, here's the bag, and here's some gloves to spar. It wasn't like that. It was like, okay, you show me if you want to train, you train.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and you can like you'll see it.
Yeah, and then the thing is, it's so funny because I didn't tell you this, but when Jay said that, I told him like Jay, like I spar Alex when he showed up, and what he's doing to you, he did that to me. And when he spar real for me, I know the difference. Like it's day and day. Like you need to learn that it's just a different feel. Like once you start, it's different, and once he knows he needs to take it seriously, it's just a different
totally different.
Right. So that's how it is. So
right. And there's levels to it for sure. Like at a low, at our kind of more. Whatever, like lower level and then professional level and this level, and there's levels to every part of it. Whoa, what's going on over here?
We're trying different things here. Hold on.
Like a bowling ball?
You boobs. They're like a sandbag. You're
like a kid.
Proudest moments, fighting and training.
Yeah. She was encouraging it.
Well, training is just like, well, one thing like recently, because I'm trying to more flow and just get out things and see what
I'll say,
know.
look at that hairdo. All right. Hey, nice.
Pretty short now. It's good. It's a good length.
Yeah.
But being able to like almost not pay attention, if in a way, like I can talk, like if I'm rolling with Pete, I can talk to you if I see you rolling, and I'm not like super focused. I'm not like, does that mean like super?
You're aware of everything other than
like I'm aware, and I'm not going to get like destroyed because I'm fucking off. Like I'm not like I'm there. Like I'll tap you if it's there, but I'm able to do that because of that level that I've gotten to. I think that's a good feeling. Yeah. And then like you said, just being able to see more.
Yeah.
Like because it just becomes.
Well, that's a good way of fucking saying it. I didn't say it. Yeah, just seeing things. Like literally just seeing things.
Right. Like there's because when you start, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And then you get a little bit better, and like, well, you know things, but you don't. You still don't know things, but you know what you don't know.
The more you do it, you see.
Socrates over there.
Well, you know what I mean. Like I know what a triangle is, and if we're drilling, I can do it. But if we're rolling, I can't do it.
It's kind of like.
And then you learn how to do it, and then you learn how to chain it. Then you learn how to see more. Maybe you can't defend it, but you see it coming, and now you can defend. Like these little steps.
Yeah.
That just all like one day you just know it. It's like how do you get better? Like you just show up.
Yeah.
Just get roll with people your level or better.
Yeah.
And just show up.
Well, I think that's what's so great about it. That's another. Hey, that's I guess one of my favorite things about just martial arts in general, or MMA specifically too. Is it's just like there's no shortcut. You just
you have to show up.
Like there's no like secret formula. It's like just do it. Like just keep consistency.
I mean, you can juice all you want and be strong, but if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're still gonna lose.
Right.
Like, unless you just
lift weights or something. You gotta be consistent with everything.
Everyone can get caught, but
I know this is a little bit out of topic, but it's just
like, don't say that. I'm just kidding.
Different podcast.
What you're saying when it comes to juicing, like. Even though these guys are still taking drugs or whatever when it comes to their fighting,
supplements.
They're taking performance enhancing drugs. They still be better than the average Joe.
Yeah, they still know what they're doing.
They still good. And then that's how they just take it because they want that extra.
Right.
Because they know they can't compete. Because if they have somebody who's the same level as they are, they can't compete about.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that fight. I think in that fight, Israel and Homeboy, Israel was juice for that fight. 100%.
Which fight?
Gastelum is he?
Okay.
I think so. He's been doing it. I think
he's used to be a
kickboxer. He used to kickbox in Glory. And Glory's been testing. They haven't been testing their fighters for a long time. So but go to what we're talking about the topic. So for me, my biggest accomplishment in jiu-jitsu was tapping Franklin. That was so hard to do. That took me forever. Like I was rolling with him so long.
Ooh, got a call out?
No, it's not a call out.
How was that wedding? Did you go?
Starting shit. I know. My invitation was.
I didn't get invited.
You got invited.
Yeah.
Did you get invited?
No.
I heard.
Yeah, we didn't either.
Texting Alex was like, "Yo, hey."
I heard his wife walked in and was handing out invitations to people. I didn't give one to Matt in front of Matt.
It said save the. Well, they told him save the date or something, and then he's like, "Okay, well, this isn't an invitation," and then they came in with invitations and didn't give him one or something.
Wait. Like, you mean the whole Matt thing?
What they just said. Like,
I'm sorry, am I speaking fucking English here?
Clarice like came into the gym and was like handing out invitations to people like Bill or Q or I don't know who was there,
who was handing?
Clarice.
Oh, Clarice.
Franklin's wife.
Okay.
She was like, giving them to certain people. And Matt was just like chilling. She was then just like, "Well, you don't get one."
I guess
and didn't give one to Matt. But, like in front of him, it's like if I were doing it, I'm like, Pete, come to the wedding. Haley, come to this. What's up, Alexander?
Oh, she really did that.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't that she was at Matt's gym Yeah. For a while, Matt was technically the head.
Yeah. The only missing in that gym was his name.
This whole splits head his own.
He could put Matt's Krav Maga.
Everyone kind of knows, and it's not like Matt was never not friendly or anything. Cool with them.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Well, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, going back to the topic of wrestling. So he's still a pretty good jiu-jitsu practitioner. What was called that?
Practitioner, a player.
Yeah, it was pretty hard because he's really good, man. And then just like starting with him, like I couldn't pass his guard in the first like really hard couple months, and then getting out of his side control because he has a really good side control. He does like a lot of knee on belly and stuff like that. And
wait,
then,
Steven? Or
I'm talking about Frank.
Okay, yeah,
and then going to just like trying to submit him because next thing you know, I'm trying to get more confidence and trying to submit it. And then I finally did it. I did it with that, that ankle thing when I put up people when they try to get my back. I got him with that.
He was Jimmy. Are we talking to Jimmy?
No, that was the first time I ever tried that. It wasn't the first time I ever tried that.
Wait, toe hold?
No, to take my back and I grab and I put the foot right here.
Oh, and then okay,
I was trying to do it on him for like a long time, dude. I was trying to do that. I was trying to do that move so many times on him, and then I finally got it.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, it was like finally because it was like, dude, it was so hard because he always every time I tried everything, he always sweep me and submitted me, and that was super frustrating. I was like, dude, I keep trying things, and then finally accomplished that, and then it was it just felt like I'm getting better. I felt like, dude, at least I'm doing something, and even though like it was just one submission that I got him, I knew I'll probably never get him again, but I was like, at least I got better, because I was just a constant like trying to get better, and then same thing with like fighting. I remember my first thing, the hardest thing was like my jab. I couldn't get a good jab for a long time. I just couldn't get this power on it, and then just like my hand was too slow. Like
the Theodoro jab. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. And then
good jab.
And then just performing overall. I always want to get like. I feel like I'm getting better, and then just feeling the progression from where I started to now feels like it feels good. Like everything wrestling. I never took a class of wrestling, and I have people telling me, "Hey, were you used to wrestle or something?" I'm like, dude, everything that I learned here is just like you put your mindset to it, and then you learn. That's how.
Yeah.
So you have to show up and you do it. You do it with people who are really good at wrestling. So. People who are really good at wrestling telling you, "Hey, you wrestled before," it's because you're doing the right thing. So it's just that consistency, and then that gives me more drive to try to go to fight. Just.
Do you want to have a fight?
I do. I got the paperwork to start doing blood work. I just gotta get. I'm trying to schedule it this week.
Yeah.
I just gotta go to the VA, which.
Oh, good fucking luck with the VA.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Then like with fighting,
don't know anything about
always
that.
Like your
it should
first.
be pretty quick because it's just blood work. It's really simple.
It's the VA.
Well, yeah.
I don't have HIV, so
that's its own thing, though. That's its own. We'll bitch about the VA. What were you gonna say?
No, just fighting in general. Like the first fight is always like a big milestone. I feel like, because then you really know if you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because like once you actually get hit in the face, like I got beat up my first fight.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I was like, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
And I did not do great. But I got beat up, and then like after I'm like, all right, like I'll take a couple of days, heal up, and then get back to it. Like let's get another one.
It's like
Jake did the same thing. Jake I'm talking about?
Jake Paul? Yeah.
No, he used to come to our gym. But Jake, he used to come to our gym. If you see him, you recognize him.
Recognize him, yeah.
Yeah, Jake did the same thing. He lost his first fight.
Oh, yeah, Jake Johnson. Yeah, he's fighting up...
Yeah, he lost his first fight. And
lost the second one, too.
Yeah.
I thought he won. I'm pretty sure he did.
I think he lost by decision.
Okay. But he did better.
Yeah.
So...
No, he got real good towards the end. His jiu-jitsu, well, not real good, but like much better.
His jiu-jitsu class, yeah.
Like all of a sudden, I'm like, whoa! I actually have to defend things. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
Good for him. Yeah.
Good for Jay.
How would you guys describe yourself stylistically?
Different.
Well, yeah, I mean, but
Let's start with Alex.
Well, like, because Q's very much a
grappler.
Like, pick you the fuck up, throw you down, and then beat you up that,
Language.
My language.
Nasty.
I bought this. I can do what I want.
Mike is fuck. Nibble. Cunt. Yeah.
How would you guys? Because one time you got described as like more of a ground guy, but you're like I would describe myself. Like,
I would definitely describe you as a striker.
Yeah, I would as well.
Yeah,
but
not that you like ground game, just your stand.
That's what because the fight. What fight? I don't know what fight it was. No, I think it was the Campbell fight, Nick Campbell fight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who told me. But they were like, yeah. Like everyone's telling them, and they think like you're just gonna go in there and try to take them down and submit them.
Sure.
that's why I was like, okay, let them think. And I'm like, I don't know where they're getting it. And then like looking back, like my first fight, I was getting beat up in the range. He was a longer guy. He was beating me up with the range, so I was going for takedowns more. And the second fight, what was the second fight? Well, second fight, I knocked him out. So I don't know where they got that from. I don't think I shot at all.
Sure.
Maybe I shot once, but kind of abandoned it. And the third fight, I submitted him. But it's like I'm not. I don't know. I think because I've had good submissions and like for a while like it wasn't close on the ground. So I guess that's where they're getting it. Yeah. They're like, yeah, you're just gonna take down. I'm like, okay, think that all you want. I would definitely think of myself more as a striker. I think wrestling is my worst aspect of it all overall, and more of a I won't say kickboxer style, but
I
don't know. It's like somewhere in between like Thai and kickboxing, MMA kickboxing, I guess.
I'll say boxing and Dutch kickboxing. Yeah,
more of that kind of style. I'm trying to get more wrestling in there so I get better at it.
You're really good at tripping.
Thanks.
The ankle
picks.
I know my ankle's there and then it's not.
You guys doing these ankle picks that come out of nowhere, man. They're sneaky.
They're sneaky.
He gets me all the time randomly, like, but make sure I don't fall. But or he'll be like, we'll be sitting and he's like, oh, arm lock, and I'm like, what the fuck? We're watching TV.
Okay. Is there a rear naked choke here? I think so.
Pete, your turn. Turn it up. Right.
I don't know.
What you think?
I don't know.
How do you feel?
I can go with you.
I feel like my stand-up's better than my.
Like you're just figuring it out still.
I'm still figuring it out. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I refuse to comment.
I don't want people to know.
No comment. I've never done this before. I'm really not prepared.
Yeah, those, I don't know. I feel like my stand-up's better than mine. Well, it's weird because I feel like when I first came in, the only experience I had was wrestling. So I didn't even know how you actually properly throw a punch. Like, for real. Right. It's like, here's how you throw a punch. Oh, okay. It's like, oh, finger can't go in here because it'll fucking break it. So it's like, but it's just, it's...
Really?
So, I feel like...
I don't know if I think...
So, obviously,
like
that was like my ground was better for me because of that. But even though it wasn't, because, then we started doing jiu-jitsu and it was like, well, this is totally fucking different from wrestling. Like, I can't... Like I don't want to be on my stomach.
I hate wrestlers. Like, do you ever... off talking, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
But, like, wrestlers that are, like... They have, like, that ego. That wrestling ego. Where they're like, I'm going to take you down. I can slam you. I can do this. And you're like, okay.
Right, well, here's a guillotine.
Yeah. Because there's a guy that I trained with... Quick story. Yeah, but there's a guy that I trained with shortly in Colombia. He was a bigger guy, like strong guy and a wrestler. And he would, the wrestling thing, they push you so you come back in, so they duck under. He just kept doing that, like kept pushing me, and I would let him push me. that I wouldn't come in. And he was like, and it was making him upset. And I was like, fucking do something. And he took me down. And I immediately submitted him. It's like,
yeah,
he's like, God, he's annoying. He's like, he won't do anything I want him to. And I'm like, no shit. Like, you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's different.
Stupid.
He's just kind of like a douchey kid.
Yeah.
But there's a couple guys that are like that.
I don't know.
Like, they kind of have like that.
I'll fight
Yeah.
Like, or like if they're really good at kickboxing or whatever, and they kind of have that ego, and they're like, take them down, they can't do anything. It's like, man, where'd that ego go?
Yeah. Bet you can't do this. Oh, he caught my kick. What the fuck?
You can't do that.
What is going on? Yeah, so I feel like that's just, I feel like my striking has gotten a lot better. And then, I just feel like, especially like switching to southpaw, just for the fuck of it, you know? Well, not for the fuck of it, but to
work
do it. Yeah. And only doing that now for a while. That was a nice kind of milestone when I started feeling like I could, because it was like I was like fighting just starting all over again.
Relearning.
Yeah, so it was like, there's the word.
Throw a 1-2.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right. Wait.
Rear hand first? Yeah.
No, it's like...
God.
No, it's like the... it was like... Because just that movement, your mobility is like absolute trash.
Well, it's reversed
like, wait,
almost.
let me just... if I step this way... Ooh, wait, hold up. It's just weird. So just when I started... Just even being able to get away from people... Like, and keep that distance as far as just being able to move around was a nice little milestone. But yeah, I think my striking is just better than my.
I think you're overall good.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Well, I think you're
hitting on him.
You have a good overall.
Well,
your scrambles are better than most people.
Oh yeah.
Like your grappling.
My eggs are.
Never had them.
Never had them. Damn it! I'll have to make them sometime.
No, but
yeah.
Like it's like your wrestling's solid, very fundamentally solid.
Yeah.
But like it's hard to keep control sometimes because you know how to get underhooks or get up and start moving and getting out. So you're like Jesus Christ.
And you know how to follow up. That's why your striking is really good when it comes to like you did it a lot with I forgot his name. But,
Come in.
But just following up people like every time I see when we spar and everybody else spar, you're really good at just like whenever we separate, you're really good at just following the person, cutting them off. So that's why I'm thinking like you're really overall you have a good average. So it's like if I were to describe you, I would describe you like overall fighter. You're good
MMA
at grounding.
He's an MMA fighter. Wait, I don't do that. I'm like
your ground and pound is good.
Yeah.
Your jiu-jitsu is good. Your wrestling is good. And then your kickboxing is good. You don't do a lot of judo, but you do a lot of wrestling, which is takedown. It's not like, you don't need both.
Be nice to add some trips in there.
Yeah.
Throws. Sorry. Throws.
Yeah.
Or trips.
Yeah.
There's plenty of trips in judo.
I think for myself, I believe I'm better at ground than I'm better at striking. I think I'm still better at jiu-jitsu than I'm better at wrestling. So my strongest points are takedowns. If I have to lean on anything, I better getting close and going for a takedown than try to strike my way to like a knockout, which is I don't have a lot of experience to try to really work for knockouts. Like I tried, but I just like. In a sparring scenario, it's never good to learn how to knock out people like that. It's just, you have to.
Watch this, coach. Oh shit!
You definitely need more fighting experience.
So not Mike Tyson-esque?
Yeah. Wait, how we're drilling? Jeremy.
Well, you gotta understand, Mike Tyson was fighting since he was 12. So.
Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Duck this kick.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Like the kick, go the low kick.
Perfectly legit. Wait, you speak English? What?
You speak English?
Yeah.
I just like to fight more on the inside. Even Matt tells me, I'm trying. I'm trying. It's just hard.
Your movement's gotten better.
Yeah,
to get in, it's gotten much better.
Yeah, I got better thanks to trying to get into I forgot his name. He comes to the gym sometimes.
It's amazing how none of these people are any of us. God, I know. The fuck do you train with?
He comes because he's taller.
Yeah. Greg? Nah.
He's like a little chubby. He likes to lift weights a lot. He likes to train with you.
Oh shit! Hold on.
He works in
He works out.
He works like a cargo ship or something. I think his name is Matt. Also.
Oh yeah, Steve.
Big Steve.
Big Steve. Yeah.
Big Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
His boxing, his, or at least last time I struggled, his boxing's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
He's good, but I always do better when it comes to Toby when I get close.
Because he's always like.
See, I'm bad with range. If someone can use their range it messes all my movement stuff up until I can find it again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like I can.
Yeah. Once you keep.
I don't know.
Get that range
once
better.
you keep yourself in your range, it's really hard to get out.
Yeah.
It's hard to like.
Yeah, but finding that like Q is the same way. Like I'll back him up, and then I need to get that kind of back and forth with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the.
Because if not, he'll just.
That's the only thing that like when I'm training Q, he's really good to counter what I'm trying to do. Because he doesn't throw that hard. He throws really really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm trying to like come in, he'll throw 3 combinations just to make me stop. And then he stands too tall. So if I come in too hard, like too forward, too like trying to be taller than him, he always goes like
under.
Yeah. So I always trying to like fake more when I'm striking him, just because I know if I can fake enough, I can probably get one punch. But that's the thing, I don't like committing to just one punch, because then you're like you have to get to clinch unless you want to miss and get into counter. So he's really good at countering what I do.
Q's more. He's definitely more of a counter striker, I would say.
Yeah.
Or he strikes to set up his grappling, which makes sense.
Yeah, he does. He knows a lot of pressure, but usually like if you follow
he goes back way too much.
Yeah.
So you can yell at him.
I do it every time.
Yeah.
Speaking of like all these things about why you guys, your favorite stuff, but why do you fight and train? Like specifically,
Alex, I want to listen. Alex, what's to say?
Well, like, there is the mental aspect and the physical aspect that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
But what are your
testosterone?
What are your like? No, like
I do it for the money. There's so much of it. It's unbelievable.
It's amazing. It's professional athlete
God,
life.
$10,000. That's the peak.
Right.
It's really high up there.
But like, why? Like, let's go more into like your goals as fighters, but like why you wanna you train and why you want to continue fighting, or like how train to fight. Because there's difference. There's a guy that, like, there's people at the gym that are just training.
Yeah.
It's the exercise.
It's kind of hobby.
That's 90% of
people. Yeah.
Or they like to be able to, like, defend themselves if the situation arises. But, they're not in there.
It's like, oh, hello, Shelby. See me kicking this guy's ass? I don't know.
I can defend you, baby.
Veronica?
Veronica. Yes, these are good names.
Not Cindy or anything.
Cindy,
We're over Cindy.
That was like
Cindy.
One whole podcast. The girl was Cindy.
Damn, Cindy
or Timmy, my boy Timmy.
But yeah, why do you specifically fight slash train?
Forward slash or backward slash?
Forward slash.
Okay.
Of course.
Don't
be ridiculous.
Stupid.
Why? I gotta know your why.
What is this? A web address?
Like you kind of lose like the passion of it if you no longer have a why for being there.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Why am I here?
Well, yeah, because it's like, man, this really sucks. Like, I don't want to be here. Versus like, this really sucks, but I'm loving this.
Well, there's the difference where it's like, it's for a workout or it's for what. Because
obviously you'll have days where it's like the whole time, like, fuck this, man, I'm trash. Like, this is horrible. This is
and like an off day, and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Or I'll be like, or I'll have that, like, convincing myself, I don't really want to do this. This isn't what I want to do. And then, like, I get out of there, I'm like, fuck that. It was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. So, yeah.
Well, that's what, like, caught it.
Woo!
Like,
that
when
man
I,
a punching bag.
Like, mentally, when I was in a bad space, like mentally, and like you kind of sacrifice things and miss out, I guess.
Yeah.
And that will then I kind of decided to do things like if I want to do it, then I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Like make it worthwhile, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's like fighting is fun for me, and like I'm not terrible at it.
Yeah.
So that's
a good thing too. Yeah, if you're good at it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it usually comes with like you get better regardless. But I feel like I can be, even better and up there. But it's just enjoying, like kind of enjoying what you do.
Process.
That as well.
Yeah.
And making it worthwhile.
Well, it's just clearly not
especially,
for the money.
I think it's
not for the money. It's for, and it helps like self-esteem for sure.
Yeah.
And then if I can make a somewhat of a living, it doesn't have to be the whole thing, but and then like provide for my family or myself, or just be able to enjoy things more. Like I don't want to be working at a desk job ever. Like if I have to, I will, but I don't want to be. You know what I mean? And this is something I'd want to pursue.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm doing it.
Well, it's just especially after because you always have those people that are like, they just settle for like a desk job or whatever, all this, that they really don't want to do. And so it's really, we're so conditioned to like, oh, you have to have like some sort of career, like, that's worthwhile. It's going to make a bunch of money for you is the big thing. And like,
but you're like all wasting your
but
life
it's like
away.
You
have to be able to enjoy life.
Yeah. And so it's just like, especially like just training, not even like having like the goal of like, making a career out of it and fighting. It just makes you realize like, because you were getting beat up all the time, and like just constantly, it's a humility check all the time, and so it's like it's kind of nice because it kind of opens your eyes to that, like that whole like kind of thing we've been conditioned to, like you should only be doing this and focusing your time on this, and there's like stuff what we're doing with the MMA and stuff. It's like these are huge goals. And we're still chasing them. It's like people ask, so why do you do that? Because I want to. Like that's the answer. You want to, and it's like it's such a crazy concept.
Why do you
so
work
many
at your
people.
job? It makes money.
Yeah.
Well, that's
exactly.
It's like that shouldn't be the sole reason.
So that's the nice thing is like we're putting our bodies at risk.
That makes me think of like where people are like, you have to go to college, but you can make a good bit of money in trade school, and no one ever talks about trade school and stuff like that, like because they're like, oh, you need to be a lawyer.
Well, especially how they're running schools like a business now.
But like, you gotta be a lawyer, you gotta be a doctor, you gotta be this, but then it's like, oh, this guy is like a welder and an engineer, like with like specific types of cars, and he didn't go to college; he went to trade school. And that's just.
I went to community college.
Community college. That's just what it made me think of what you were saying.
Yeah.
Alexander, why do you train /fight? /
So further in the future. So, the new year.
I mean, do you want to make a career of it, or do you just,
I do like because the whole reason why I dedicated to do more training is because I did not like my job as the Coast Guard. I tried to do the Coast Guard hard for like a year. I was super militarized, super serious about it, and did all my qualification. Was really stern with everybody. Was a dick to a lot of people, because that's how they.
One
that's
of
what
those military guys.
They reward that so much. So
it's true.
They do. So.
We don't allow assholes at this table. I left him in the movie Cats.
When I was in the Air Force, I had certain things I was real strict on. Like if you walked out of the dorm or the squadron looking like shit, it would piss me off. I'd be like, fucking unfuck yourself, like fix it. But the rest of the time, I was like, this is a fucking joke. Are you kidding me? Air Force, what's up? But no, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it was just something that I didn't like pursuing. I feel like I was just gonna change. I did not feel like I was gonna like the job itself, and I wasn't like. I didn't feel like I was doing something like was making me feel like I was part of something,
Yeah.
And then the other thing was
I have a bigger dream when it comes to affording like things from my society, especially for Puerto Rico. And I always thought that maybe if I can find a career which I can give an example to other people who can succeed in other things, you know. And from where I'm from, there's a lot of kids who are like in bad spots that do a lot of drugs. A lot of my uncles were there. A lot of my cousins I have avoided so far, but I just know a lot of friends who just stuck in that circle. You know, they never like feel that they can go any place else, and especially right now, jobs there are horrible and everything like that. And I feel if they can see me succeeding in something else, and it's just not, you know, I could have just stuck in the Coast Guard, be my own success. Probably only my family members would have found out, but to be honest, I never talked about it. I never talk about my job to anybody. They asked me multiple times, but I wasn't visiting family. I was barely here. Like I was 6 months out of the year out and then coming back, and I didn't want to go anywhere. So my job was not making me happy, and I didn't feel like I was going to be like somebody that, you know, like have interesting stories about. Like if you would have talked to me, it's like, you know, we just work.
Painted boats.
It's nothing that I would like.
Boats.
Exactly. It's nothing. It's like when I ask you about your job, you like what you did today. You're like, I just work. You know?
Right. Yeah. It's nothing.
Right. You look forward to getting off.
Right.
It's like look forward for the night out with the boys on Saturday. Yeah. It's like, man, it seems like you live a great life, bud.
Yeah. Like you make great money. You know, that's the best thing. But like you said, if you just do it for money, you know, it just doesn't feel that well because relationships were like shit. Family relationships were like shit. I barely knew about a lot of my brothers and cousins what was going on. So, you know, switching it around now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
His health was bad.
That side night's kicking in.
No, because that's how it is, man. You're cut up with too much work, man.
Execute.
So is this Rasputin?
Just going back.
Stuff.
Just going back to what I was saying, it's like now I'm happy that because when I was traveling here from Orlando, because my sister's husband was driving me here. Like I just find out that he used to do jiu-jitsu. He used to train to kickbox. He used to train with Thiago Santos back in Brazil. He's Brazilian, and it's just something that I can like talk about, not just jiu-jitsu but kickboxing. Like, I like talking about those things. And then if anybody asks me, I can bring up what I do. They can probably bring up what they know. Probably is bullshit, but you know.
I used to train in Israel.
Fighter, you know. And it's just like I like it overall. It's just a good thing to do. Even though, like he said, some days I'm like, man, I'm not.
Who said that?
Your sir.
I did. Oh, I said that? What?
Yeah. But I feel in the long run, after I make that fight, because the fighting will it will make my decision whether if I lose or win, if I like it or not. You know, if it's for me. If I suck at it, obviously it's not going to be a good thing for me. But I believe I don't. You know, and that's another thing. I've been training, and I've done all this sports before.
Is that a call out? No.
We got another call out tonight.
Dreamy story, but I hate to break it to you.
You know, I played other sports before. I played football before, and I used to do gymnastics, and I was okay with it, but I never felt like when I show up to the mats and when I show up to kickboxing and all that stuff, I felt like I was doing good. And not only that, people were telling me I was doing good, you know, so it was double encouraging that I felt like I was doing good, and then people were telling me I was doing good, that I was like, you know what, if that's true, I want to see how far can I take it,
right?
You know? Yeah. And if it goes farther than that, you know, I can't talk about the future if it upholds, but I believe it's my dream. But, like, towards the future, like, I would like to get enough money, like you said, cover myself. I'm not a big, like, you know, I'm not a big into materialistic. I don't wear any earrings. None of you guys do. So, like, I've never been like a person that spends money like that. So, just a good livable life. That I don't want to, you know, be doing stuff until you're 50 and 60. Just keep working the same office job. I work in an office before.
Tyson, 55.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, like, and it's also.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Yeah, but I cranked up paperwork before, and it's not fun. Like sitting in an office for 5 or 6 hours, it's like like my mom used to do that, and my mom used to do that. I used to sit watch her do it, and it was super fucking boring. So I could never do that either. It's just like, and it's a cool thing to like bring up to your friends or family members.
It's a cool thing.
Like
I said, does it get you guys laid?
Yeah.
And like, does it help? Do you think? Oh yeah, I'm a fighter.
That doesn't matter, because if women are looking for that because they know it's money there, it's like you're not gonna get a good woman.
Well, you're just getting laid. We're not talking about.
I'm not talking about a relationship.
No, you're talking about laid. So you just gonna like get some probably. I mean, you probably get decent maybe, but
decent lay.
It's all about their likes too.
Does it help you get laid, Pete?
If they're getting with you because they want money.
Does it help you get laid?
Not really.
I need to get laid.
It never.
I tell people like that's cool, and I'm like, nope, that's all I got.
That's usually how it is. It's like I'll like bring it up if they like bring it up.
Hold on, how do I cover this microphone?
If they ask me what you do, like
no, actually, it
that's what.
Like it's not.
It's like
I'm telling
other
you,
people.
it helped him.
Okay.
Not really, no.
It's
It's just
something what it is, but I don't bring it. It's not the first thing out of my mouth.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you were really good at ground
fight.
pound, right? Yeah.
Fuck you, Pete.
I do occasionally.
We have something in common.
That's a title, so like.
What's the next firing section?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm
So that's how like we talk about it.
Some logo.
Some merch.
Okay, so you, Alex said with like self-esteem, like training helps and fighting helps esteem.
Self-esteem.
In a way that's like I can.
Steam engine.
Like you're ever just like I can like if something bad goes down, I could like really get my way out. Like self-esteem, like I can protect kind of way. And then Alex has said before, like no one intimidates me because he knows how to like compared to the average person. Big dick energy, right?
Orcas do tear shit out of you.
Well,
if I was in the middle of the ocean and there was an orca,
could you punch your way through the softest substance?
That's not. He's not on the ground being a shark.
Well, be honest, they say orcas usually don't attack you. They don't see us as food.
Unless you're in SeaWorld.
Well, that's because
that's
they know humans are.
From the West Coast, never mind. No. But like
Seattle, tell us.
No, orcas are terrifying. Anyways. No. But your self-esteem, like with like the average person, you're at a bar, someone's being a fuckhead. You're not like, shit. Sure. Like you're just like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Or like you can protect your, I don't want to say like your family, but your family and friends.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
Myself and I.
You, yourself, and you.
Well, it's just like, it's just having that warrior in the garden, if you will. No, like there was someone.
Pocket sand is filled.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't control like
life.
Things. Yeah, and so that's like another huge thing of it is this teaches you, man, I don't have control of all this shit, so I have to react off of all of it. In a certain way.
Well, I started training because I wanted to be able to like protect myself, and like if someone were to like hit me and break their,
it's nice. Face, I never use it. Karate's for helping, not hurting. But no, it's just
break the wrist and walk away.
It's like I don't fight everyone.
Grab my arm.
These hands
other arm. My other arm.
Weapons.
They are listed.
Fucking guys,
I was about to ask you, have you ever heard like, well, I don't do fighting because when I get angry, I just.
Oh God, yeah.
I've heard that.
It's like, do you want to come train for the bit?
I wouldn't join the military because if a drill instructor got in my face, I'd punch him. You ever hear that shit?
Yeah.
Oh.
I heard about the getting mad.
There was a.
I wouldn't punch him. I just hate
in high school. That was like.
I heard like I just can't take one to go straight at me.
I'd punch a drill instructor in the face.
Yeah, it's just like.
Right.
Sorry, Alex. What were you saying?
Yeah, baby.
When they say that, like,
are
you a child or something? Like when they say that, I'm like, you're a child or something. Like you can't take.
Right, can't take.
What were you saying?
No, there's just like in high school, there'd be people who talk about like I've been in so many street fights and so many fights. Like I did this and that, and like I've left people bloody messes and this and that. And
your fight lasted 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, then it's like because there was a kid.
Yeah.
Like
How
that,
drunk was he?
And he was like hearing about it. Like this is when I first started training, so I wasn't good yet.
Yeah.
And hearing about that, you're like, whoa, this kid might be a tough kid. So he like, and we were kind of cool. So he like came and we sparred. And and we only did body shots because he didn't want to get punched in the face and like whatever. And like
he get mad, he'll black out.
He couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like he literally like at that level, at that low of level, he couldn't do anything. Like I dropped him maybe 4 times in like 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
From body shots.
Yeah.
And it's like what, and that like kind of really opened my eyes. Like wow, these are. The hype is real.
Yeah.
Like, or not like, real, I guess.
How
like the clout chasing is crazy.
How long had you been training and how much were you training at the time?
Maybe 6 months.
Okay.
I mean, it was like 3.
How much did you train?
3 days a week.
Okay, yeah. So
like
that's
Monday,
3
Wednesday,
days more
Saturdays.
Than he was fucking doing
right.
too. So it's like, and also 6. That's
6
people,
or 6, 9 months.
Like it's like, do y'all know how your body works? Like you can't do shit unless you and you can't do it well.
You have to condition your body.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like so many street fights, and it's like that was literally the weakest person I've gone against.
Yeah, no, it's
and like after that, like at school, people would be like, "Let's fight." Like you do that, let's fight, and he'd be like, "No,
yeah.
like you guys don't know what you're doing," and I'm like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
Well, because I mean,
either
I'm a perfect example. I came in there like not like arrogant, but like I was like, "How hard could this be? This can't be that hard." Like, and then it's the first class I took, it was like a kickboxing class at night, and it was a huge class, and people just kept throwing like huge
massive
biggest class ever. Of all the big classes, the biggest.
Keep going, sir.
Yeah, so no, but people were like throwing, not to mention I was getting fucked up with the punches, but like I'd never seen people like throw kicks before, and I was like, how the fuck do I block this? He's like, oh, you can check it, and that's when you time it perfectly with the kick, like this. And like, it's like, what the fuck? That doesn't even make any. What kind of Matrix shit is this? Because it's like, especially like, just doing it then, it was like, this is impossible.
The difference it makes when you check the kick when you don't. It's like,
this would never work.
Yeah, or just
you want me to block it with my
It's like
shit.
you're not fast enough.
You can't trick me. I'm still getting kicked.
That was ow. That didn't absorb anything.
It's like
wasn't planted. I mean, it's just like
it's like that J dude. Like he doesn't never block a body.
Oh yeah, no.
That's why
he'll do the thing that like a lot of people like they'll like when they get the wind knocked out of them, he'll go and like bend over and immediately come up like you didn't just get almost dropped. And it's like, all right,
yeah, that could be it. And dude, I never go for head kicks just because I want to get used to just throwing body kicks. And I've been getting really good body kicks. So I'm like, dude, I mean, if that was a head kick, you do that, you'll be out.
Yeah,
like boom. But I seen guys who can do 2 kicks at once, bam, bam, like just throwing in the body. You do that, it's like even unintentionally, you gotta get knocked out. Like I told him, like when he sparred with me, I'm like, dude, that was just body kick number 1. You can take a break. He's like, no,
body kick 101.
And then the second one, I was like, you don't want to
take it to school.
You don't want to get kicked like that.
Half day or full day?
Classes in session.
Shit. Like he kept like trying to stick on. Like, dude, that's how you get internal bleeding. You don't want to keep getting body kicked like that. Because he was like stepping it out. I'm like, boom. But I thought he was gonna block it. But
should have seen this whole puncher.
It was like a
big
funny
toe. Ow.
When I threw the kick, he kind of like did the opposite. Like he expanded his arm. He just kind of like straight ate it.
Go into it.
He did it a second time too. I'm like, dude, once you get
what is this, a soccer ball?
Yeah. It's like when
I can't touch it.
It's like that pound, like
the thud. Yeah.
So then it hurts. So then it's like a smack. It
smack.
Nice.
You feel it.
Yeah.
But the thud.
And you're like the
and you definitely feel it. Yeah. Usually, like you'll feel when something lands, and you're like, you okay? Or like usually it's like sorry, and sometimes it's like I'm fine. Other times it's like I'm okay. It's fine.
I didn't just hit your fucking knee with my shin. Oh my god.
It happened a lot.
If I hit someone's knee, it's like nice, fantastic.
Or I'll do it and I'll be like, ooh, ow, and then I used to kick Q's elbow all the time, and it would hurt, and I'd be like, ow, and he's like, you good? I'm like, yep. And then like after I'm like, ooh.
Dude, that shit, It's like, wait, did I just get ankle locked?
It's like this.
What
It's
would
like
you guys?
this when you're like supposed to be.
Whoa. We don't do that here. Okay? Like,
what? Babe? What?
Shapiro,
sorry, are we,
It's an absolute. You do.
obsolete?
It's something.
It's something.
What would you?
I'm
What
not a
would you
white
consider?
supremacist.
Oh my
We'll
god.
edit that in.
Oh, keep it in.
Whoa.
What would you consider a successful career for yourself? Because like you want to go. No. Disgusting. Gross. Ugh. Teeth. No. Someone's mouth.
Veterinary.
Better than a
Because where you guys want to
proctologist.
go with fighting is to that next level. But what would be considered successful? Because Roth was in the UFC, but who knows he was in the UFC other than the main
right. Yeah.
group. Would you guys still consider that? Would you be happy, or would you want to be maybe not McGregor Khabib level, but you'd want to be,
Yeah.
There's a different tier from being in the prelims to the main card, and then you're top tier main card. But what would you consider successful?
If I can get 10 grand on the main card,
ranking.
like Holly Holt,
Like a high level organization ranking.
yeah,
And just being able to make a career out of it.
right,
Pay my bills. Not I'm making money. It's oh really? It's yeah, I also work at Starbucks. You know what I mean? I need another thing to pay.
but it's also
to
you got to
pay my
keep
way.
that keep that passion. It's you're
Right.
because everything else kind of works itself out the way it ends up working itself out, if you will.
High level ranking, high level organization ranking would be successful.
it
doesn't need to be the main,
Become you're top 10. You're top 10. You're yeah.
Let's put it this way:
This
if
is
we're gonna put a price tag on it, I want to at least make enough to get knee replacement surgeries later on in life and replacement surgeries for a couple other people.
Replace them from my life.
Take their knees. And
just get knee replacements or replace.
Just keep putting
shoulders.
knees more, so you have 4 knees.
It's fine.
Your range of motion is gonna be insane.
You keep kicking his knee. He's got 4 knees. Is that a shin? No, it's 4 knees.
Shins are titanium. Well, don't kick them.
For me, successful
He keeps hitting me with that jab. Don't be there.
What he said, making the money enough to sustain yourself. I guess I would like to be a champion, but also create a good what would be the right word?
Resume.
Not publicity, and I think in your own town, people will recognize who you are. It sucks. I know, Tyson Fury is, right?
Yeah.
Inspired.
I think he went to Alabama. He went to his downtown, down to Deontay Wilder is, and nobody recognized him. Who's Deontay Wilder? I don't know. He went to New York, sorry, and nobody knew who Deontay Wilder was, until he fought.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury.
But you can be big in the fight world, but not big in the outside world.
Yeah.
Well, but that's what I mean. I would like to be at least known
in the fight world.
At least in Puerto Rico. If I'm I would like to be known there. We know Sosa. At least that type of recognition. Then it's not a demigod type of relationship. Not like how a lot of these Hollywood artists get treated. You just smile at me. You just brought me a song or whatever. Nothing like that. Be recognized that what you're doing. That would be a good successful career, because obviously even though you lose or you win, people will recognize it. Anderson Silva would be a great example. Lose win, GSP, lose win, people know in Canada, people know in the United States. It just
create 2 of the goats of the sport is what you're aiming for.
Yeah. Got it.
Well, Matthews will be a good example. Lost a couple fights, lost to GSP.
BJ Penn, big fan.
BJ Penn,
he was a monster.
It's fucking dick.
He's really BJ Penn. A lot of people don't know him in the States, but he's real well known.
BJ Penn.
Hawaii.
I don't know.
In Hawaii, not now because it's just too many years apart, but he's really known in Hawaii. Yeah. So it just got that recognition. Chuck Liddell said at one time, people knew him in the gym.
Who's Chuck Liddell? Just kidding.
It's Cortez but whiter.
Yeah. Oh,
and
dude,
also
shit.
not at all.
He doesn't have a tattoo on his head though. So.
Yes.
Also, wait.
So you're saying he does like the
also not at all.
Yeah, like he said, like once he started going to like a bar or anything, then people start recognizing that kind of like.
Okay, so the recognition that I would shoot for is to be on like YouTube shows. Is actually a goal of mine. Like you know, Hot Ones.
No.
Oh well.
Like,
yeah.
Looks like you're not gonna get your dream.
No, but I mean like that.
If you're talking about
Hot Ones.
Hot Ones.
They pick.
Yeah.
They pick hot
is that an MMA
celebrities.
show?
They pick. No. They pick
hot
like
celebrities,
or
they get them naked in a chair.
No. They pick like they've had like WWE wrestlers that are like Stone Cold or like Undertaker or whatever, and they've had like comedians and celebrities.
Oh, so it's like
and random people, and they just like they eat hot wings and they interview.
It's a good show. It's a good show. You should watch.
They interview them, and it's really cool. Like shit like that.
That's why we're gonna do like a wing thing. Because
No. We gotta do our own thing now. I didn't know there was a wing thing.
Well, there's everything, Pete.
Okay.
We're gonna do it
It's gonna be hard, but like shit like that, where it's like we want this person on. Because I'm a fan or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that would be the recognition I would shoot for.
Yeah, I would never like to be in the View either.
Cool.
Like going to the View or like something like that. Not
Will you be on The Bachelor? I'll say no, but thanks for asking.
I don't
Dirty
think
Dancing. I mean, Dancing with the Stars.
I think I would never go to like a movie or nothing like that. I do not care about being like a superstar. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't care about that either.
Would you guys have any thoughts?
Oh, I'd be in a Star Wars thing if I ever.
Oh my gosh! Do you guys have any any thoughts on what to do after fighting, or is it just like we're figuring fighting out now and we'll get to it when we get to it?
Well, I think we're already kind of working on that right now. I don't know.
This is gonna be
could be. Who knows?
This is gonna be tits.
This is gonna be
Like
huge.
good
No one listens to it right
tits
now.
up,
We haven't uploaded, but
huge. So if
it's taking a long time for me to edit.
Yeah, I thought he was about to get tired of me. See?
Ooh,
creepy.
Like every Halloween.
He's stretching, man.
oh, he's a good boy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes, make himself.
No, but like, would you wanna like coach and kind of do Rock does? Would you wanna really like start your own gym? Would you want to like go into real estate because you're like, what the fuck else?
What am I, a food and bev person?
I'll probably open my own gym if I could.
Do some investments here and there.
Yeah. Money launder. I mean, invest.
You know, Alex wants to start his own whiskey company.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like distill some shit? It's
Yeah.
a good idea. I thought about it with tequila.
He'll compete with Monster though.
Startup.
But he does
A lot of whites.
Connor.
You have to do whites
Connor
before your
did the
clears
whiskey.
before you do your dark.
I'm not white.
All right, I have the. It's okay.
But a lot of places start out doing
the
vodkas and tequilas before they go.
Yeah,
because
you're
whiskey
not
takes
the
so much
target
longer to distill.
Yeah.
But I mean, The Rock.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll
good idea.
probably do like a gym. I don't know.
I would coach too.
I just think about like, there's a lot of kids in the orphanage. It's just like
Adopt kids and let them free in a field.
not necessarily.
Yeah.
Hey, you feral.
Wait, so slavery with extra steps?
No, they're just free.
Oh, they
I'd
can
leave
play.
them. I leave
Okay,
them.
they don't have to work.
Like I don't want them anymore. I
Okay.
leave them in the field
Alright.
because they're not.
They got adopted once. It's gonna help the testing.
What they usually do, they have kids
That
from
sounds good for
orphanage train in the gym. The people who want to train that gym, like they pay, so pretty much you balance yourself out from there. So.
Yeah, well, even if this could catch some steam, like little things here and there.
Yeah. Well, just like it's like stuff that I want to do.
Here's the 5
Right.
steps.
Yeah, I mean,
to get
Yeah.
millionaire. You become a fighter.
Believe it.
You have a
Achieve
YouTube
it.
channel.
What are you ready
you have
to
your whiskey
fucking cook?
company. That's actually working. I don't want to do working.
If you guys could be at the level to fight one fighter, like right now, like go against one person to fight and then to train with, because those are they're different. Who would you gotta pick one for each,
CM Punk.
like to fight.
Train with that guy.
If you could be at the
I want to know
level
what
to fight John Jones, would you fight John Jones? If you could be at the level to train with Khabib, would you want to train with Khabib?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If
You
I
gotta
had,
pick.
if I had the
GSP.
opportunity,
I want to fight
Who would you
Tyson.
I would train with
No,
GSP. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Faraz Sahabi and Freddie Roach and all those coaches.
Who would you want to fight?
Top level.
cool.
Who
To
I
be
wanna
at the
fight?
level to like, other than Jake Paul, because fuck you, Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm already at the level. What are you talking about? I think I'm past the level actually.
No, definitely
Down
no
the level.
Yeah.
I'll do boxing for 6 weeks and we can fight.
Yeah, just do Jake Paul's down my.
Yeah.
Blindfolded anyone? What's he doing?
Bitch.
Hey, Goodman.
I don't know what to do with my legs. Okay.
I'm hopping. I'm blind.
Yeah.
But to fight.
To go into like the room, but you're at a level where you're
Same kind of.
Yeah, but it's like for fun.
Wait, so there's magic involved.
So it's not even
okay, cool.
It's not even a serious fight. You're not even getting paid.
Is it exhibition or for women?
It's a funsies.
Or
She already said
for funsies.
For funsies.
No,
you're getting Pop Rocks.
It's what you want to do.
Well, it's like,
so.
I always thought it'd be fun to kind of like, because I always hear like Khabib, he'd be like, hold people down, and then he'd be like, they're good, they're very good. And you're like, I couldn't do anything for the entire time.
I couldn't tell.
Right? Like, I'm good when he's
So he's a great fighter. You held him down the whole time.
But I would love to like learn from Amanda Nunes, just because she's.
Yeah.
I like training with Amanda Nunes.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I want to know. I want to train with Yo Romero because I want to know how he cycles on and off. I want to know.
I want to know the.
I want to know the science behind the.
It's those tainted supplements. I didn't know they were tainted.
Yeah. We're getting behind this. Thrasher told you guys.
Just one.
It's just one. To fight, I would want fun like Masvidal comes back. I feel like that would be a fun fight.
Mm-hmm.
He just seems like
hell, the Diaz brothers, this would be fun as hell.
They'll probably give a good headbutt lesson or fight with your face.
Well, I don't want to get smacked because then I get annoyed. Masvidal seems like a fun fight.
Just Nick talking shit.
Max Holloway would be a fun fight.
That's what I was thinking you'd say.
Max Holloway. Just pick one. You said one.
I'm gonna put a couple on the table.
No,
this is my card face.
This guy likes it. Okay.
Everyone else only gets one. Else gets.
Wow. So,
everybody gets one.
It's a little preference.
Well, that's
socially biased.
Fun
baby daddy.
Socially biased. Huh?
Hey, what do you think? You get participation trophies here? I don't think so.
What is this?
You're on the wrong show.
Anyways.
At this point.
Wait, real quick. Is nepotism? That's if it's your family.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Peter?
So it's what the Trump administration is doing.
Right,
Peterson. Peter.
Gosh, so many options.
Pete.
Let me see the first names. So you can see on the
Diego Sanchez.
Oh God,
I would fight him just because he's wild and it's like, let's see.
Woodley, because I know I'd win. No, I'm just kidding.
What's his name? Fucking acrobat. Just hops around like crazy.
Sage Northcutt?
No.
Wait, the one that does the flips in the fight during the fight?
Sugar.
No, who's the guy who's
Pereira.
Michael Pereira. Thank you. I don't know why I can never remember his name. But he just hops around the whole time.
He does like backflips and shit.
Like off the cage, then punch you, and you're just like.
Oh, you're talking about.
Well, I would just I don't know. That seems like.
You ever see that where it's a clip and then it's the like street fight and it's in a movie and it's an underground fight and the guy's like flipping and doing all these stuff right before the fight.
Yeah,
literally never back down.
Oh, yeah. God. Yeah, you like muscles out of an armbar, whatever. Like
that's real.
Get out.
Or no, it wasn't an armbar. It was like a Kimura, and like he has it like already finished.
It was done. He's
and he's like, ah!
Did he turn Super Saiyan?
That movie was so stupid, and I watched every minute.
I used to love that movie.
Yeah.
Did he turn Super Saiyan?
And the second one, the second one was awful. So bad.
Alexander,
my God.
For
Michael J. Fox was the best part of that, though.
He's not gonna get you.
I know. I just but if I were to train with somebody, it had to be. Man, you picked GSP. It's not fair.
You can pick him as well.
I know, but I'll pick GSP just because of his knowledge. I think.
Not the.
Well, and the coaches,
he's really good overall. Well,
if you look at his like.
Well, it's you look all the people he trains with.
He has like 12 different coaches.
Yeah, but
I'm saying train with him one-on-one. If I were to train with somebody by one-on-one, it would be definitely
not the mouse.
Yeah.
Matt Hume, who would train with him. Matt Hume's really good too, and Mighty Mouse. I don't know, Mighty Mouse, because I feel like for whatever, I feel like I take more from GSP.
Yeah.
Who are your guys' top 3 fighters? Like
current?
Wait, I didn't mention who I was about to fight.
Oh my gosh, Alexander, get with
taking too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, who did you say you'd fight Pereira?
You can say it.
I think it'd be fun as fuck. Are you kidding me? This thing's like hopping around the cage. You're like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
You want to fight us?
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, y'all are entertained? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Holy shit.
This is great.
This is fantastic.
Who would you fight?
I said it because I knew you guys were jumping topic. I just wanted to say it. Like, no, I didn't.
Oh my god.
I'll say if Francis and Gunn. If I were to...
Really?
Yeah, because that would be a good experience for sure.
God, let me know how those leg extensions work out.
Just have the ability to fight them.
Talk about concussion.
I know, but just having that...
No, there's... Haley clearly said there's magic involved. So...
It's like... It's a win-win
You're
scenario.
all of a sudden on this level that you can fight Masvidal, of course.
Yeah, you're not going to get damage.
I mean, it's like a mountaintop, dude. It's like, that's a
Just gonna hold him against the cage. He'll
for like a guy like me, super smaller, yeah, it'll be awesome. So, but if I lose, it wouldn't be like horrible.
In that case,
you know?
Right.
Can I help you?
Or a couple.
Talking about concussion.
Hi, honey.
But if you see it like that, obviously I'm not gonna fight him.
No, I'm just.
Hey, but you know you're gonna get concussed, right?
It's your choice.
It's like, oh.
Well, I'm just saying it's a larger possibility.
Yeah.
A higher percentage.
Getting knee in the face.
I'd want to train with what's his name? Wonder Boy.
Yeah, a little bit of karate.
Yeah, he's just so I don't know.
He's teachable. He's actually a professor. So.
He's a couple miles away.
My coach was friends with him.
Yeah,
was.
No, he just
he's also they don't train together anymore.
He just also seems like he's just personality.
I heard his dad's
so much.
Wonder Boy's dad's douche.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, like Wonder Boy's a super cool guy, like nice, and his dad's just kind of an asshole.
No, really.
No, because he was at what was that one in Greenville? It was like
I think he is from.
I think that was Q's like title fight.
He's from South Carolina.
Yeah, but he's from Greenville, South Carolina. I'm pretty sure he is.
Oh.
I think that was Q's title fight, but he came in there. His dad came in there like cornering for another kid. I'm like, wait, isn't that fuck that guy?
Fuck that guy.
But yeah, it was the same. What's his name? Maliki threw the gloves on the ground and shit. They like stormed off when their guy lost.
Oh.
Yeah, from Top Team, their Black Label.
So my favorite 3 fighters of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time will be. I'll pick my Hughes. Anderson. Bigfoot Silva. You know that was big face. Anderson. And a GSP for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, the cops! Alright, so did you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Top 3 all time, Pete.
Top 3 all time. Demetrius Johnson.
Wow.
That's all I got. I mean, Demetrius Johnson. Well, I don't want to see GSP again. Basically, suck that guy's dick the whole half of the. Again, I mean, he's fantastic. I would say it, but.
Sorry, I can't be honest.
Did you already say him?
No.
GSP? Oh, okay, then GSP.
Yes, you did.
No one fucking said GSP.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Demetrius Johnson then. Let's go versus people we didn't cover. Alright. No, Demetrius Johnson, GSP.
Your favorite.
Yeah, Demetrius Johnson, GSP, and Bisping. I don't know. I like Bisping, yeah. He's a fighter's fighter. I don't know.
I can see that. He has like one eye.
Yeah. He's just been in there the whole. He's been in there the whole time. Oh, he's been in.
No, I like.
He's been through the ringer. Yeah.
So that to his eye.
Yeah, right.
I like BJ Penn. Mighty Mouse is one of my favorites.
You fucking copied it. God, I knew it.
Who else?
Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry, man.
Do you love
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
What's his name? Damn it. Who's the
Rocky
boxer?
Marciano.
Who's the boxer?
Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey.
Oh, we're doing boxing too? Okay.
You were talking about just MMAs, right?
What's his name?
You were just saying MMAs, right?
Just
why am I blanking on his name?
Then
He's like one of my favorites.
I'll say Jack Dempsey then. Jack Dempsey. I like Jack Dempsey.
What's his name? Dominic Cruz, like based his that's like his main inspiration for his movement, is this boxer. Starts with the P. He's a smaller fighter or smaller boxer.
Okay.
You say your third.
Back in the day,
I don't know. I like GSP.
Well, you can have 3 to 5.
I don't know if he's top 3.
Yeah.
But he does come, or still Anderson and GSP are neck and neck.
Yeah, Anderson and GSP are about, yeah.
I like Stipe too. I'm a fan of Stipe.
I'll switch Matthews for Jack Dempsey. I like Jack Dempsey.
Oh, okay. So these are the last
I like
two
Lomachenko
questions.
too.
Oh, yeah. The last 2 questions, and they're I don't know how to cycle into them. No.
Well, then don't cycle. Walk into them.
Don't do it clean. All natural.
Ooh, nice.
All right, no more questions. We're going to sleep. Fuck you guys.
USADA, you don't have to come in here.
I'm tired. How is team mentality different when the sport is like individual? You're fighting yourself, but you still have your team. You know, like it's the team. You guys are teammates and everything like that. They're who you fight with, but technically the sport is an individual sport. How is that different than a full team mentality? You know,
I like it better.
A full.
Like in football, it's a team mentality. With soccer, there's a team mentality. But it's like
the only good thing about the good thing about not having a team is that there's no favoritism. You know what I mean? Like when it's a team, there's always a
tell that to.
Well, there's like everything you do affects the entire
it's his
game.
name, Diego Sanchez.
You know?
But how's it different? Because like, could you watching your teammate go into a fight and just kind of getting destroyed throw you off, or them just doing fan-fucking-tastic and your coach gives them?
Well, that's what I was about to. So I was about to say that in teams you have favoritism, so therefore you don't really get that experience sometimes when you need it. You know.
Got it. You weren't the favorite.
I mean, I play. I play a lot. You know?
I'm just kidding.
You know, but it's just I'm just saying when you're the favorite, the people who are not good usually don't get that bench, out of bench time that they need. You know, usually they get put on. They get put on when you're winning. You know, when they're like you see all the time in football, all they're winning, they're just gonna put B team. You know. And
then the B team isn't getting better.
The B team isn't getting better because they're not fighting. They're not playing when the hard difficulty is on. You know, so as a fighter, you don't get. I mean, you get to choose who you need to fight sometimes, but it's like you still gotta like perform. Doesn't matter how good you are that day.
Right? Yeah.
Show up, and at the same time, you have to take care of your own team, just like football and all this stuff. I mean, they're similar in that way, but they're different when it comes to the mentality set. You know, you still. I think I care more about how do they train than when I see other people training in football. Like I didn't care if they get. I mean, if they get injured, yeah, but it's like I don't want Pete to get injured because now I'm missing a training partner. I can't train.
Right.
You know, if Alex get injured, same thing. Now I don't get to do certain things that I like to do with him. Same thing with Pete. Same thing with Q. He doesn't show up.
I do this thing where I grab on his neck. Clinch down.
Do this thing. I grab.
I don't know if y'all do that.
If the training partner starts missing, you're lacking training.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get the full extent of your training. So teams do matter. Now in a fighting status, you know, I think it's just like, yeah, you do feel.
You can still brag on your team, you know.
Yeah.
You still feel bad when somebody loses that you care about. So it's,
it feels like everyone lost.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, because you pushed them, so you gave him like everything you needed. You thought that he needed. So.
All right, like it comes down to, your performance on that night, like your mindset and everything. But you're not going to get there without a good team, a good training partners, good coach, good this and that.
Yeah.
And like you need, and you care about your team, or else they wouldn't be your team.
Yeah.
Like there's good people to train with, and that's fine, but they're not you're part of your team, and they'll and they know what's going on.
It's like if I were to you remember when Jeremy came in, if I would never.
Oh God, we fucking hate that guy.
But I would never like to train with people like that. Like they come and go, and then they don't know how to train properly.
Wait, are we editing
They're training just for them. Like you're training for you, but you're also training to help your teammate out. You know?
And then you don't care how your teammate ends up by the end of the day. That's not how it should go. You know,
right?
Like, oh, I got better. No, and then
you're working to get you're trying to get better, and you're also trying to get them better. So I mean, it's kind of like I want you to get better, so I can also get better.
Yeah.
And then vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
help me so you can help.
Because you see that
so you can help me.
You see that in a lot of other sports, but they're not as like what's the word? Intimate sounds kind of lame, but no.
Well,
but
it
it's
doesn't
like,
have that one-on-one.
Yeah, and so it's like every other sport has that.
When the door locks,
you're able to help
down.
each other get better, but like
intimacy.
For us, it's I mean, it is the intimacy because it's like we can really help each other get better. That's the only way. Like, yeah, no. Yes.
Do you mean happy?
I'm fantastic. But I do like how it's like you got
cup
you got best of both worlds, if you will. You got the your team helps you.
You're listening to a lot of this.
Prepare the whole way. I know, right? God, fuck. Follow me. No, but like I like how it's kind of up to you though. Like your whole team's helped you out, and then it's kind of
up to you. You have to perform. You know. Like,
well, no, you just you have to. It's time to.
Which I think
it's time.
I like that more.
It's time. Don't sue me.
I don't know. I just because I'm a loner, really.
Once the entire team.
But then you have your main.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I feel like in a fighting set, the team can end your team. You yourself, I mean, obviously I kind of used but as yourself, you can motivate yourself more than in a football game when everybody, when your team is losing, it's it's just everybody kind of starts losing. Everybody just loses their focus. You know, it's just doesn't matter if you're super concentrated. If 90% of them are not concentrated, you're gonna lose. You know, you get more frustrated because you keep losing even though you're doing pretty good.
Right.
It's not the same as a fight. You're doing pretty good, you're gonna know. You know, even though your coach can be off by telling you the wrong thing, but you still winning the fight. It's kind of you know.
Well, even in team sports, everyone, especially with football, you have your main people, but it still takes the line to stop your quarterback from getting fucked, so he can throw the ball, so that this person can do that. You know, everyone forgets about all these moving parts, but with fighting, it's
Well, a quick sidebar. That's why I fucking hate the MVP thing for football. Is it's never alignment. It's always a quarterback or a running back or wide receiver.
It's whatever the popular road when it comes to not even the people themselves.
And the guys who vote on are usually previous MVP winners, which are quarterbacks, wide receivers, and. They're not gonna fucking vote for a lineman.
He threw the ball good. Yeah, well, he made it so that he didn't get his fucking spine broken.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Did he hold back his 300-pound lineman?
For a lineman to be a good MVP, he has to do way more than just.
They have to work so much harder.
They're all doing their job. Well, it's he did his job really well. So did he.
Yeah.
It's he did his job really well. So he could.
We do realize there are 10
10
other men on the fucking field for him.
This defense is incredible.
Yeah,
how about that quarterback?
I think they scored. There was scored the goal and they flip out.
I never liked that sport.
Oh,
I can't watch it. I like playing it.
I like playing soccer.
Yeah.
I don't like watching
there you go. It's terrible. It's we sat here for 3 hours for 1-0. Nice.
Out of topic.
Not 3 hours.
Number one game sold Black Friday. FIFA.
Really?
Yeah.
God, I could never play that game.
No, it's lame. And every year they come out with a new one that's exactly the same as the year
But this
before.
one's got David Beckham.
Number one sold in Black Friday, dude.
Wow. Okay, so last question, because I'm out of questions.
Okay.
Also, I'm very tired. Is it worth it to you? I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna get Dave to beat you up.
David, no.
Wake up!
I'm sorry.
Wake up!
Davey, come here. Baby. Yeah, I heard you.
We'll edit that out.
Is it worth it? What's his contribution?
No, not his. The pausing. And the,
Is it worth it to you to leave a legacy like Muhammad Ali if you can't, specifically Muhammad Ali, if you can't remember or you get the damage that he did?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
And then there's the sidebar of like, would you like go as far as someone else but not Muhammad Ali? Because at the end of the day, he's gonna be a household name for so many people.
Yeah.
But if you don't know who you are,
yeah,
are you like, yeah? Or are you just like, would you rather be like Mike Tyson level, where it's like 55, everyone's like,
that'd be good.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill this person, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think that's like there's a nice in between because Muhammad Ali was.
Well, that is the most popular name in the world, not because of their religion, but because of him. So, a lot of people mix that
out.
It's prime two fights for George Frazier and George Foreman. So
he hates George.
One had a grill and one.
Well, it's George and Joe.
But specifically Muhammad Ali, if you could leave that legacy that he did, but you get the Parkinson's, the brain damage, you don't get to enjoy your.
Well, that already runs in my family, so.
Well,
yeah, okay.
But you don't get to enjoy the later years, because of what happened.
I don't think it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it.
Because you want to enjoy, you still want to enjoy.
Right.
Yourself
the
and be like, man.
Labor.
That's like BJ Penn. BJ Penn said like he wanted to tell his kids like he was the best in the world at one point. Like that was one of his goals.
Yeah.
And which he was at one point. He was the best. Yeah. Now he's kind of fucked that up, but
yeah.
It's like now, yeah. But to be able to do like say that and then be like, not like almost no one knows BJ Penn nowadays. Outside of you're talking about fighters, you're like GSP. It's like no. This guy. It's like I don't think
he's still hit
smart. GSP,
right? But he's also. GSP. I mean, if he would chill the fuck out, he would be. You could just he can still train. He can still do all this stuff, and still like remembers like that was the time. Time to be alive.
Oh,
Let me tell you some stories.
Would you want to do it like Mike Tyson, where you can come back at 55 and people are like, oh shit, he fought 15 years ago before this.
Like a Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
And Roy Jones Jr. fought 2 years before and people were scared for Roy Jones when he clearly had less ring rust going on.
Ring rust. Nice.
I did not coin that. Would you rather have it at that level?
That's because I have the coin. Alright, anyway.
Yeah. That'd be good. If you're gonna be that.
If you're gonna be that legacy, what would you want it to?
Mike Tyson.
I mean, the guy owns a weed farm, so I mean, hey.
He also owned a tiger and wanted to fight a gorilla and this and that. Like you can.
Like everyone kind of knows Mike Tyson's name, but at least you don't have that. It might not be Muhammad Ali, but you're not going to sit there and shake.
Right. Damn it, this soda wasn't exploding when I was holding it earlier.
Who shook up this soda? I hate them shaking.
Yes.
Do you have Alzheimer's too? No.
Okay, would you
why is this soda shaking?
Like McGregor, or would you rather stick to the Tyson?
Tyson. Tyson like the chicken.
Mike Tyson.
We are talking about.
I mean, that is kind of crazy that he did. His last fight was 15 years ago, and people were more scared for Roy Jones Jr. They were like, "Oh, shit!" And Roy Jones Jr. is not like
some walk in the park.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's not a chump.
Yeah, he's a runner. More like a yard.
A jump. He was a jump.
He was a jump in the park.
Yeah.
A jump in the park.
I don't know. Just because
get off of me! This is my wallet. So anyway, a jump in the park. Get jumped, robbed, whatever.
Robbed.
Tough crowd.
But that's not your name.
No, it's not.
And like Muhammad Ali's daughter is a famous boxer, but like no one.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't know that, you'd be like.
I actually didn't know that. No.
Oh, yeah.
Never even crossed my mind.
Well, also it's a female. So. But yeah, she held the
what are you calling me? Some sort of misogynist?
There's also Clarissa Shields is a hugely decorated boxer.
Yeah, but no one.
And everyone's like, we're going to do a crossover.
Like, women's sports, like fighting sports, is very overlooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few women's sports that they care about.
Tennis, volleyball.
Soccer. Soccer's a huge one.
Well, like name.
Only because we win. Only because the US wins.
I think because soccer is a popular sport.
Name the athletes.
It's the most popular.
Serena Williams.
I'm pretty sure there's a Jennifer
No, like seriously, like
yeah, Serena, Venus.
But they have to be highly like decorated and be doing.
Michelle Watterson. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you can be
Paige
highly
Van
decorated
Zandt.
like female athlete and no one.
exactly.
I don't know. I only know the fighter females. I don't know any outside.
Really?
Tennis. Yeah, tennis is about the only one. Serena and Venus.
Oh.
What's her name? Shit. I don't remember.
Yeah. And your
I
island.
don't know. Damn it. Oh, Nastia Liukin.
Yeah.
Tanya Harding.
I used to know a bunch of gymnasts.
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles, yeah.
But that's
Gabby Williams.
But if it wasn't the Olympics,
That's true.
Right.
Oh, what's her butt?
What's her butt?
Not.
No.
Is it Simone Biles?
You want to do
That she's the number one like gymnast in the world compared to men and women, and because she's the most decorated, and she's like, I have the medals to prove it, and if I say that, I'm looked down upon, like for being, for bragging. But
what a bitch, God.
But she has the medals to be, and she's better than men. She has the best in the entire world, everything like that. But
has she done the double bars with one bar?
Oh my gosh, I've never.
Or the uneven bars, damn it.
But I don't think, if it wasn't for the Olympics, no one would know her name because there's other these organizations and stuff outside of.
Yeah, they're not willing to pay them.
No one would know Michael Phelps outside of the Olympics.
Know anyone's name?
It's true.
But there's other
Michael
competitions.
Phelps knew how to promote himself. So.
Ryan
Because of the
Lochte.
Olympics.
Huh? Fuck you,
He only got
Ryan
that promotion
Lochte.
because of the Olympics.
Dude.
Yeah, but he also,
But I mean, like,
you couldn't deny it.
there's worlds and everything like that outside of the Olympics, and if you don't, unless you're going to the Olympics, no one's fuck.
Yeah.
And even then, after the Olympics, no one's fuck.
Yeah, but also
you're winning 20.
Henry Cejudo went to the Olympics and he didn't make a lot of money. I think he's just like
almost no one does.
Yeah.
You have to pay taxes on your
He
medals.
knew how to promote.
That's
God.
Outside. America.
Yeah, you need the promotion,
Smells
and you need it to take.
Gold, you have to pay more taxes.
You have to win.
I
Like,
can't pay
DC
gold.
was in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And Yoel was in the Olympics.
He didn't know how to promote himself.
So was Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey was in the Olympics.
Didn't know how to promote himself.
Yeah, but they didn't win gold, but still.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Kurt Angle, he was in the Olympics.
Yo Romero was in the Olympics.
I know someone that got invited to the X Games because they were that good at
Tony Hawk.
No, but they were that good at snowboarding, but they couldn't afford to go.
Are you talking about Shaun White?
No.
Okay.
He was famous for skateboarding before he was famous for snowboarding, which is why he was so good at snowboarding.
Rob
Dyrdek.
Oh, they made a movie about him. He used to wear these big glasses.
All right, yeah, that was the last question, guys.
That was great.
How many people did we shout out? Fuck you, Jake Paul. Say it again.
And
I'd fight you,
Ryan Lochte. Fuck you. I don't know if you caught that.
And you, Ryan Lochte.
A lot of editing.
Well, God, we should have just disowned him in Brazil when he made that accusation.
Actually, upload.
What?
Pete edits. I gotta help Pete edits.
Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you for listening, guys. We'll catch y'all next time.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't.
Either way, we're going to say what we're all thinking.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it. Start your own podcast.
Yeah, for real. Come on.
Also, let us know if you're offended. I want to know. What? Oh, okay, bye.